How you guys doing? I have to bring you guys this news. Everybody needs to be aware of this man on the screen. He's 26 years old, and what he's going around doing to people is horrific. It's disgusting. And you too, ma'am. This lady on the screen, she's 38 years old, and she did partake in people demise, and they were doing it to everybody, people in their own community. And it's sad because y'all are the main ones talk about, oh my God, we got to support Black business. Let's do Black business. But sometimes it be our own people that deceive us when we are our weakest, y'all. This story that I'm about to tell y'all is disgusting. It's just right outrageous. And I apologize for being late. I'm going to work on it tomorrow. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to be more on time. It's no excuse. But I just want to say thank y'all. Shout out to my daughter, baby girl. Shout out to Jessica. I see you up in here. Hey, Melissa, Miss Lawrence, newcomer. I appreciate you. I see y'all up in here. What's going on? The recovering nice girl. You know you my baby. Okay, hey Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you know you a key. I love you. 420 Jenkins. That's my come on, crew. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Porter? How you guys doing? Hey, Carla. Hey, Miss Jackson. And I hope that you guys come up here and talk to me about this case. You guys know more than anything, I love when my fan base come up here and interact with me about these topics, about these situations. And I'm thinking in the future of creating, don't you know, the club space and all that space. So you guys think I should get into all them other different platforms? I'm thinking about it, you guys. So let's go here. This first news report, and a lot of mothers and a lot of family is speaking out about this place. And you see the title, the body was bloated. They were stuffing the body so much of so many things. They was taking advantage of people at the weakest time, when somebody just passed away that they cared about, they love.
This is an 8-month investigation that culminated into the arrest of Javon Major and Sandy Broussard. And this investigation was initially prompted to us by the Texas Funeral Commission Service, and we worked it in conjunction with the Texas Rangers of DPS. And this is a case that absolutely turns my stomach. It turns my stomach because you're dealing with people at the most vulnerable time of their lives, after they've lost somebody that they loved and cared for. And for me, that's what makes this case so important. The victims, the families behind me, are people that were taken advantage of. They were manipulated, and they were completely snowballed, and fraud was committed against them. In this case, Javon Major would say he's a funeral director. He would say he was an embalmer. And these families would reach out, or he would reach out to them and get their confidence, get their buy-in, and he would get them to give them money. He would ask them for insurance policies, all to defraud them. So the way he would do it is he would get online and he would see that somebody died, and he would reach out to the family and say, I was friends with the deceased. I knew him. When he
Whoa, my good man, this is low. This is devil. This is so demonic to lie and to say, yeah, I knew such and such, especially in a time of death. Do y'all hear this? They said this happened in Houston. Thank you, Carla. It happened in Houston.
know him. And he would get the confidence of these people behind me and convince them to give them insurance policies, to which he would forge documents and take the insurance money from them. In many instances, people were supposed to get ashes of their loved one. And to this day, some don't know if they've got their actual loved one's ashes. Funerals.
Wow. This is deep, you guys. People are going around here taking advantage of people like this. And look all in the back. These are Black people. And this was a Black man and a Black woman that did this to our people. how can we trust our each other? How can we build a unity when we have scums like this on these streets taking advantage, taking money? This is what he did for his livelihood in Houston. I need y'all to get the likes up, y'all. This is an important story. We need to let other people to know, to be aware, because if you think it's just him, you are sadly mistaken. It's so many of these scammers, and they are in rings, and they're looking to take advantage of you too.
Supposed to take place, and there would be no funeral. And bombing was supposed to take place. And this is hard to talk about. And bombing was supposed to take place on some of these family members, and it didn't happen. And so there is a long list. Since this case has broke, we have had 50 people contact us, giving us additional suspects that we're going to be looking at potentially. So this is going to be an ongoing investigation. It's by no means shut. It's just truly sad to me that you have people in the most vulnerable times of their lives be taken advantage of by somebody like this. And so we have to put a stop to it. We did put a stop to it. I'm proud of the work that our investigators did to bring Javon Major and Sandy Broussard to justice. And we're going to hear from some of the victims whose family members were stolen from. There was a $26,000 insurance policy that he changed the name on after he got the confidence of I'm going to call them victims because that's what they are.
Wow.
So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Britney, Ernest, who was a first victim who had an insurance policy that was forged against him. Ernest?
Yes. Just tell us how it got started, Ernest. Yes.
Say your name.
My name is Ernest Satcher Aquanican, and my sister's name is Deidre Satcher Greenleaf. And my first cousin name is James Chuck Abram. And Mr. Majors took advantage of our family. And actually, he's related to me.
What?
And the hurting part about it is when a family is grieving, at their lowest point, this individual had the nerve to take advantage of us. You know, things that we signed contracts stating what we were going to pay this man, yet he forged my future brother-in-law signature, who was a city council, and stole all the money from my family. And it's just a hurting thing. You know, it's kind of difficult to even talk about because it's just a time when people are actually at their worst, you know, losing a loved one. And you have individuals that has no remorse for human life, or individuals for themselves for that most. And I'm just saying, I'm just hurt. I just, you know, just difficult to talk about.
Can you tell us how you
see how that man was breaking down? He had to put his hands in his eyes stop from crying. I can't imagine that. You know, these individuals, these are working hard people. They don't have much. You know, they have to depend on that money to live. And they just got finished, you know, losing a person that was so close to them. And they don't even know if the ashes is their ashes because of these crooks. And these crooks look like you. They had the same complexion as you. Man,
did you try to get your money back, and how was it trying to work on that?
Well, we did get the insurance policy back because Funeral Express, with the help of Chris Haran, matter of fact, I want to give utmost respect to this man. He said what he was going to do, and he actually did this. So we was actually able to get it back from the funeral service, who Mr. Major, he would take your policy and send it to this company called Funeral Express. And what they're like a finance company. And they would give him the money for a small price before the funeral service even take place. So he was able to do that. But with the help of Mr. Investigator Haran, we was able to get the money back from the Funeral Express, and, you know, it came back to the family. So I'm very thankful for that. That was one of the positive outlooks. But Still, my cousin today, a year later, she's never had a receipt of death certificate. The names were wrong on my sister's death certificate. We sit down with this man and told him the names and spelled it out for him. But still.
Well, Sugar Cream, I see you here, and I don't believe you're a troll, but I urge you to please hit that link because there's so many people that has been scammed by these individuals, and maybe when they see this video, they can get a little bit more understanding, or you can add more information, or you can tell your story. They said, I'm not trolling. This is my nephew. I'm scared to speak on this situation due to relationship. Well, just speak on it because your cousin, your nephew, if that's what he did so many people injustice. You have that, you have a right obligation to tell the people something that they don't know. Okay, so hopefully she comes up
Have
or he
no
comes up.
death certificate and no ashes.
Pam?
Recordings just got better.
All right, hold on. Let's you guys know we have commercials here because we're looking at a news coverage. Are you guys hopefully this is a topic that you guys will be interested in. So let's go up here. I think it's very informative, and you guys need to know the scams that is going around. And I'm just so thankful that this family and all these families have the courage to come out here on TV to tell you guys what these criminals were doing. Oh, due to retaliation. Oh, okay, I get you. You're not related. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you guys want to talk to them later and get more information, feel free to.
Brittany, yeah.
Oh, Brittany, yes.
Hi everyone. So
Your name, please?
my name is Britney Hall. We were recently scammed this weekend. We laid my dad to rest. So our family were already dealing with his passing because it was unexpected. He found me on social media. He stated that he can do the church for us and he can do the venue with decorations and everything. So thank God we didn't go through him for the funeral. We went through eternal rest. The day of the funeral home literally was at the church and no one, he was not there. He was supposed to pay. I had tried to contact him the day before. He started not answering the phone. He kept saying, okay, I'm going to meet you. And then he just went ghost. So my auntie called him the day of the funeral. He said, yes, ma'am, I'm going to be there at 9 a.m. The day of the funeral, completely gone, nowhere to be found. So we had to double pay the church. We paid him as well as pay the church. Now, my issue is with this funeral home. I don't know if he's doing it on accident or purposely, but he's putting family care mortuary on these invoices with his signature. So someone has to be responsible. It's not only him doing this work. So someone has to come up and be like, we're grieving. How can y'all even let this man get away with this? Y'all know they know what he's doing. Trust me, because we have contacted that funeral home and she knows what's going on. So honestly, I just hope justice is served. Our story is not even clear. It's not even close to what other people are speaking about. Someone reached out to me today. He gave her the wrong ashes. The way she knew he gave her the wrong ashes is because the morgue found her boyfriend's body. And that was the body that was supposed to get the ashes. So she's been living with someone ashes for months that she thought was her loved one. This is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. So please, if we can just get justice served, please.
Yes. Thank you.
Give your name, please.
Yes.
My name is Pamela Butler, and my son is Clifford Bogan. We came in contact with Mr. May. He told me his name was Major Johnson. When we came in contact with him the day of my son's funeral, we had to beg him at like 3 a.m. in the morning. He cut his phone off. We had to beg him to see my son, and how we saw him was on FaceTime. That is ridiculous to see your loved one on FaceTime the day of the funeral. He came an hour and a half late to my son's funeral, threw my son inside the church, jumped in the truck, ran back out the truck, came back in the obituary at 12:30 was his funeral. That is ridiculous. And after he did that, my son was smooshed down in the casket with all his family members, with his staff from Family Care Mortuary. Ms. Brown is the owner of Family Care Mortuary. She was there. I do not know where he had my son at the whole time of where he had his body. His body was warm. It was not cold. They say he leaves the body in the garages, in the houses, abandoned home. This is ridiculous. Somebody out there know where he leaves these bodies at. There's no way in the world that you can bring somebody's body to their services. They cold or they smelling. Someone knows something. Someone has to come forward, because Family Care Mortuary, Sandy Broussard, Puerto Rican Princess, whoever her name is, all these people know. Everybody knows that he's not a funeral home director. The whole neighborhood, everybody know he leases truck. He coming and he'll give you a phony piece of paper. Miss Brown know everything. I met her on FaceTime. Their funeral home is 2.5 hours away from Houston, so they scam you till you get a church because you can't go to the funeral home. You ask why you can't go to the funeral home. Don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of you, mama. That's his favorite word. We're gonna take care of you, mama. Please come together. All you victims out there, come together. Let's get him and get the whole surrounding of people that knew that this man did not have a license to do these funerals.
Wow. When I tell you her story was so heartbreaking, this is her son. This is her son body. And she don't know what they did to her son body. We don't know if they doing some organ stuff or anything. But she couldn't even lay her son to rest in peace because of him. This all could have been prevented. My God. My God. This is the last time you're going to see your family member. This is the last celebration you're going to have. These are people, loved ones, and have to go through this.
Thank you so much. Anybody else? Just give us your name, please.
Corana.
Okay. Your last name, if you don't mind.
Oh, Johnson.
Right, okay.
Coriana Johnson.
Just tell us a little bit about what happened to you.
Okay, so he was referred to us through somebody whom my sister know, and he had promised us so many things that he was gonna do for free. He set a price of $14,000. Once he seen the policy was $20,000, he fraudulently signed my dad's name and maxed out the policy. After he did that, he also filled out a crimes victim form to get another additional $6,500, stating that we couldn't pay for the funeral. So that money is being deposited to Family Care Mortuary instead of being to the family who is the victim. When I asked him, like, I just feel like he took my moment with my brother. I asked him, can I do my brother's hair? He did not let me do his hair because we didn't even know what his body was. Everything that he said was going to be done was never done. And like Pam said, whatever the bodies is not in the morgue. The bodies are too warm. They, like, my brother looked like he had dirt on his face, like he was already buried and then pulled back out the ground. We didn't get the proper, nothing that we asked for that we needed. Like, so I just feel like he took my moment, and I feel like justice just needs to be served. Like, he needs to be stopped. Scamming and everything else that he's doing. It's just too many people, and it just hurt. Like, now I just want to grieve properly.
Why is he so successful in what he does?
Because the way that he talked, he trying to present himself as a funeral director. So when he's approaching you, he got a suit on. He looking real nice. You know, he like, oh, this is my business card. Like, he got it all planned out just like a scammer does. It's like you getting a scam call and you just believe it because it sounds good. He's pulling out a form, like he actually pulling out a booklet, like, okay, this is that, and this is what we can do. But everybody that he's going through, this is third-party people. This is not people affiliated with the funeral home. So he's calling people like, we need to borrow your car for this funeral. We need to borrow these sprinters, or we need to borrow this, or we need you to make this. That's what he's doing. That's how he's portraying himself.
And when you found out that he doesn't have a license, what was your thought?
Oh, it hurted because I've been doing my own investigation for 3 months. And once I posted the video on TikTok, everybody just came forward. And once I started looking into it myself and found out his name is not Major, he's not nothing what he said he was, and everybody started saying the same thing, it all made sense. It hurted me. Like, I don't know. I cried. I can't believe it. And I just feel like if justice not served, then we've been failed. Everybody that's hurting.
And you still haven't got your money back?
No, we ain't got no money, no nothing. The insurance company told me they paid him 3 days before the funeral. So he already had been paid. So it's no money. Like, we didn't get anything. We don't got nothing.
Thank you. Ms. Brown.
Who is Miss Brown?
Miss Diana Brown, the owner.
She know what he doing.
Yes, ma'am. If you just tell us your name, please.
My name is Selita Devereaux, and what I had to endure with Mr. Majors was he had me and my son and two more people come out to see my son's body after 9 p.m. in a not so safe neighborhood in a church. When me and my son, when we stepped to the steps and the doors were open, this smell just hit us. And when I walked in and I looked at my son, his body was bloated. He was dark. I was able to look under the glasses and I could see what he said was the wax. He made no attempts to reconstruct my son. And I told him, I said, you did not embalm my son's body because it shouldn't have been bloated. It had odor. He would not let us see my son until we gave him more money. And he continued to tell us, we're losing him, we're losing him. If you embalmed him, we shouldn't be losing him. And once we got there and we viewed my son's body, it was clear that, and with that smell, I had to run out the church because I couldn't deal with the smell. And my son, he was speechless. My son did not say a word for 2 hours. And after that, the excuse was the smell was because of open wounds. Why should he have open wounds when those were supposed to be taken care of? And when I spoke to him a few days ago, and I mentioned it to him again, what did you do? He said, oh, that was the smell in the church. If I take you there right now, it still smells like that. And the worst too, and he also, I'd say 9 times out of 10, my son's body was not in the casket at his funeral. It was not in. And now I'm hoping that these ashes that he gave me that I'm wearing, I'm hoping that they are my son's ashes. Now I have to figure out if I have the correct ashes.
Thank you.
Wow. What do y'all think about that? I would love you guys to hear from you guys. The link is at the top. This is heartbreaking. These are people, family. These are their sons, their fathers. Could you imagine if you had to go through that with your family, with your mom, with your son? You don't know where your mom is. This is hard, and all for the scam and the love of money.
So as you can hear these victim stories, we know there are other victims out there as well. We want you to contact the Precinct 1 Constable's Office Investigations Division. Lieutenant Haran is the lead investigator on this case. We do want to hear from you. We do want to honor the memory of those that have been lost and those families that have been left behind to face all this tragedy. And so I can promise you this office will always be about victims, and behind me are victims. And we're going to see to it that they get justice. So I'm happy to answer any questions, or if you have any questions of anybody behind me, we're happy to answer them now.
Thank you, Constable.
How did you get involved? How did you find out?
The Texas Funeral Commission Service contacted us locally. And the Texas Rangers, we worked collaboratively with them on this case. A lot of it happened in Houston, Harris County. So we had to do everything we could to investigate it. I mean, it came to us, and to hear the stories that are happening behind us, it had to be investigated. We had to get to the bottom of who was doing this stuff and charge them.
Have you ever heard of something like this before? Have you done this?
No, we haven't. We have not done a case like this. This is a unique case, and we know there are other victims out there, but this is a very unique case. I mean, somebody taking advantage of people at their most vulnerable time when they've lost a loved one and they're emotionally distraught and now you have somebody that's preying on them. It's just something that we can't as a society let that happen. And we're not going to let it happen. So
Good.
it took us a while to catch a Javon Major. He was hiding out pretty good, but we're not going to let this happen.
When he was arrested,
Mhm.
what was being said, or how did you go about that? Can you give us some details on how?
Yeah, I mean, when he was arrested, he kept calling and saying to our investigators, "Oh, I'm going to turn myself in. I'm going to turn myself in, and I'm going to turn myself." Same con that he's conned these great people behind me. And so I'm in Atlanta. I'm out of town. I'll be back Tuesday, and I'll turn myself in. It was all a lie. It was all a lie. We had to go through a lot of measures to capture him. So at the end of the day, this is a case, again, that took 8 months, and it took a lot of man hours to do, but we have to honor the memory of those deceased. We have to honor these people behind me. They deserve nothing less. They really don't. Any other questions? Have you heard of this? Yeah, me too. Us too. Us
It sounds
too.
like cons from what you hear in old
Yeah.
westerns.
Yeah.
It's like movie type.
Yeah.
It was a movie.
He must be talented though, the way
He's very
he's marketing
and
himself.
he's gonna give you stuff free. He'll say, yeah.
Are they giving him credit? Talking about he must be very talented. The marketing ability.
Give you a carrot,
He's
or I'm
not
gonna
just
give you
doing
dirt,
photo
or
scans,
I'm
he's
gonna
doing
give you this.
multiple.
Would you want to tell us that story?
Yeah.
About the
He tells you that he's gonna give you stuff free, and when you in a vulnerable moment, you're just trying to bury your loved one. So he'll tell you that I'm gonna give you some doves, I'm gonna give you the carriage, or don't worry about it. Don't come out to the family care mortuary funeral. I'm gonna come to your house. I never ever went to family care mortuary because the way he comforted me, I was comfortable with him. I never thought that he would scare me like he did. So we never went out there until after I buried my son. Then I went to go see the owner, Miss Diana Brown. She was the one that acknowledged that he worked for him, but I did not know he wasn't a funeral home director. Until later on, to me, Miss Tiffany, we all got to doing our homework, working with Miss Rodriguez from the funeral home director, Mr. Chris. We all started doing our homework, and we all started finding out. We all start connecting with one another, and that's how we found out. It's so many people. I know a young lady right now. Her son got buried on the 30th. She don't know where her son at.
Wow.
They told her he's way in Hitchcock, Texas. She's trying to figure out where he's at this moment. So can you imagine how she feels? The mother don't know where her son is, and he knows where he is. He knows it because he's the only one that came to pick the body up after he was 30 minutes late for picking the body up. And then on top of that, he doesn't have an official website. It's not with Miss Brown. He has an underweb. When you go to YouTube, Instagram, all that, you would never see him on an official website. When I went to church, they say, "Are you sure you're funeral home director? We don't see him on an official website." Nobody thinks to look at that.
Nobody would know to look at that.
Yeah, Miss Brown is fully aware of everything Mr. Major is doing. Family care mortuary, she knows.
He would also videotape himself at a funeral that he wasn't doing, but he used that video as marketing material to do it. So,
my son was buried in Houston Memorial Garden, and to find out that all these people are going through what they're going through, now I'm scared. My anxiety is up because I don't know if I have to go and get my baby up out the ground because I don't know if he buried him right. And that's not right. It's not right. My son got killed, and for him to come and take advantage of us, that's not right. So somebody, whoever it is, while y'all trying to hide and let him make it, come out, because these are families that are hurting. He didn't care. He don't have a heart. Miss Diana, you're hiding behind him, but y'all ain't coherent together, baby. So everybody need to come forward. Come on, we got to get it stopped. What's the next thing he gonna do? They're gonna let him out and he gonna go do it to somebody else. If he did it to us, he'll do it to anybody. He done did it too many times, and now it done caught up with him because we stood up for it. If anybody else didn't stand up, he would have still been doing it. But we got to stop him.
Yeah, we gotta stop him.
He's making it bad for all the funeral homes.
So the thing is that he's not only doing funeral scams, he's also doing transportation scams. He's also doing church scams. So he advised us that the pastor where we was having the church, where he provided the church but didn't go through with it, Pastor Hayes, he said he was a part of the board director. He was a board director of the church. So we like, okay. When I say this man is a good talker, he can talk you down, okay? Right. So we thought that, but then, okay, I did a post. Then it's another scam. He was doing sprinter scams, party buses for little kids. This guy said he had his daughter, she was turning 10. He had 10 of her friends. The party bus never showed up. The little girls was crying. Like, this is a sick human being. Like, how do you do this to people? But I'm not gonna lie, he quick with his words. He know how to talk himself out of some stuff. Because my aunt was like, no, something's not right. I think he's a scam. I'm like, no, we have a recording with this man saying, no, Miss Hall, I promise you, I'm a part of the board director of the church. Pastor Hayes know me. I just got off the phone with him every single time. I just left Pastor Hayes. Pastor Hayes never heard of him. Yeah, like, but how would we have known, you know?
So, and then he's also taking the funeral homes, other funeral homes, and using them as his marketing product too, because he took Eternal Rest Funeral Home. How we came to know that he was a scam is because the funeral home director contacted me personally with the pastor on the phone. And that's how all of this with our family became unraveled. And this is unbelievable. I have never heard of anybody doing this, but this man needs to be buried under the jail. He needs, it's sickening that you could take advantage of a person when they have lost their loved ones. This is wild.
And not only that, but what he does to the bodies. When you are dead and gone, he is doing something very horrible to these people's bodies. Not only is you messing with the living, but you're messing with the dead. They can't even be buried in peace. And this is traumatizing. They're never going to forget this. This will always impact them. And he's been doing it for far too long, and people in the church has been helping him as well. This is outrageous. Do you understand? So this is why it's important for us to talk about this, because this is our community. And if we don't care, nobody would care. And it's more people that know about him and that need to speak out and need to see what he's doing out here. They need a lot of publicity about this case. So I urge you guys to share this video. I urge you to hit that link and come up here and talk to us about this, because it's more people that are scammers that are making this happen, because they don't see this as a big deal. They see, well, he dead anyway, they dead anyway, it ain't no big deal, nobody cares. Yes, it is. That's a major deal. This is a major deal. This is a major deal. You put it in your mind, somebody got your mama body, your daddy body, and you don't know where your mama, your daddy body at. You don't know. And how they got your daddy and your mama doing the funeral, and the smell bad, and you got to go through all this hassle and the money getting stolen. My God.
Just him by himself.
He's not by himself. He's doing it with some other people.
Any other questions? Sir? Yeah, he's being charged. Sure, he's being charged. Okay, both suspects have prior criminal histories, extensive criminal histories. He's being charged with a felony, and forgery, and these cases tend to build after news media coverage. So there'll be other people that come forward that there most probably will be additional charges levied against him, so or her. So we wanted to get this out again because we know there are other victims. victims. And we want you to contact us. We want to work those cases. And again, we are saddened for these victims behind me and these families behind me. And I know there are more families out there. Let's bring justice to those families and those that were deceased.
At the time you say 15 families contact you?
50. 50. Yeah.
And that's what we know about.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot more people. I mean, these people are
contacting me.
5 different families that are behind us here. And so it sounds like he was pretty
Because he's
active.
taking my son's obituary and going around. That's how he's getting his business. A lady he's promoting out for my son's obituary funeral. A lady way in Las Vegas has my son obituary. I don't know how she did.
The day that they had their funeral, he came to my house and gave me their obituary the same day.
Thank you.
Wow, that's a lot. I came across another situation that was talking about this case as well.
Joining us at 10, I'm Keith Garvin.
And I'm Daniela Guzman. No funeral, no death certificate, no ashes. Tonight, that is what some families say they are dealing with after losing their loved ones.
Investigators say this man, Javon Major, posed as a funeral.
This is him, y'all. This is him. They got him on TV. This is the man. Look at his face. 26, girl. This is the man that did all that to these innocent family members. He took their bodies, their mama dead, their daddy dead. He took the dead bodies. He had them all up in a house. He did not embalm them. He took advantage of them and stole their money, their insurance policy. He forged their name. He played and he tricked and he lied. Do you understand?
Director, they believe there are more victims. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry has more on the scheme, all new at 10.
The investigation started 8 months ago. Tonight, 2 people have been arrested and victims are still demanding justice because they say in some cases their loved ones' bodies were bloated and dark when they should have been embalmed.
My son got killed, and for him to come and take advantage of us, that's not right.
Anita Thomas is one.
I have never heard of anybody doing this, but this man needs to be buried under the jail.
Shuttamis Hicks is another, both united in grief, but caught in a scheme.
It turns my stomach because you're dealing with people at the most vulnerable time of their lives.
Investigators from Harris County Precinct 1 Constable.
Look at him. Look at him. This is it. And people are saying he's a bottom. He do look like a bottom. Girl, he look like he gay. Come on, you know, I'm not. Straight guys do crams too, but you know them gays, especially them gays in Atlanta, they known for doing a lot of scams. Let's just call it out. They are known for doing a lot of scams, and they say he stayed in Atlanta, girl. You gotta watch. Atlanta is full of scams. Yeah, it happened in Houston, but they say he's always in Atlanta too now. Somebody says you can look up any corporation name, owner name, their registered agent, address, manager. You can see whether they have active license and who people run the business. Yeah, but you know, during that time of grief, these people probably was not they were not aware. You know, they were not aware.
Rosen's office arrested 26-year-old Javon Major and 38-year-old Sandy Broussard.
Look at her trying to hide her face. This another one.
Him for forgery and her for theft after a tip from the Texas Funeral Commission. He posed as a licensed funeral director and mortician. Investigators say the pair forged signatures of beneficiaries and got life insurance money of dead people.
Funerals were supposed to take place and there would be no funeral. Embalming was supposed to take place on some of these family members, and it didn't happen.
When I walked in and I looked at my son, his body was bloated. He was dark.
This victim says Major didn't embalm her son properly.
I had to run out to church because I couldn't deal with the smell.
And she still doesn't know if the ashes she's wearing are her own son's. In some cases, Rosen says Major would reach out to families.
When I say this man is a good talker, he can talk you down.
Claiming to be friends with the deceased. In others,
he got a suit on. He looking real nice. You know, he like, oh, this is my business card. Like, he got it all planned out just like a scammer does.
no matter how he did it, these alleged victims haven't been able to grieve appropriately and say he must be stopped.
I don't know. I cry. I can't believe it. And I just feel like if justice not served, then we've been failed.
Tonight, both Major and Broussard are out on bond, according to records.
Y'all hear that? And see, that stuff right there, that pisses me off. Did you hear what they just said? And that's why people don't like to go to the cops for justice, because y'all stay bonding these people out. Y'all stay bonding these people out. Y'all know they got a whole bunch of money. Why don't you put no bond? Y'all stay bonding these people out. Look what all he did to the black community, all these black families. Now they getting bonded out, y'all. Did y'all hear that?
I can't believe it. And I just feel like if justice not served, then we've been failed.
Tonight, both Major and Broussard are out on bond, according to records. But the constable's office says this is an ongoing investigation and they want to hear from you if you may have been.
That's so bull crap. Can you imagine the families that are hearing that? They get excited because they like, okay, we got him. Now this man is out on bond. He's out on bond. Girl. Nah, this ain't right. This ain't right. I don't know what laws and states. I thought Florida was a tough state. I thought, Texas was a tough state. Out on bond. Did y'all hear that? The bond was probably $5,000 out on bond. No wonder why the scammers keep scamming. Hell, think about all that money he making. They making a lot of money doing these scams. And they know, hell, they're going to put me out on bond. And whoever helping them, they got money. They set it up. They already knew that was going to be coming out. They ain't worried about it. And they probably got more scams on top of this. The government, the system has failed us and is continuing to fail us. No wonder why he would rather be a scammer than take his butt to a 9-to-5 and to work an honest job. Because he know all he going to do is a little jail time or not that. And he going to get bonded out and he's going to go back to doing his criminal activities. That's why so many scammers now. Everybody rolling around here with these Mercedes. They all scammers. All scammers. What do y'all got to say about this? Because I'm too through. If y'all can hit that link, if y'all are upset and irritated and you guys want to speak out, I need y'all to start speaking out. I keep telling y'all this. I keep telling y'all to speak out. So I want to look down here and see what people are saying. It says, we live in a sick world, sending love and prayers to his family. It takes a special kind of evil for a person to prey on the vulnerable. And this is the man that's out here preying on the vulnerable. This is the man that is a sick man that is preying on the vulnerable. Okay? Okay. How dare he do this to people who lost their precious loved ones? I'm so sorry for all of your losses. And he showed to you love. Okay, that's a damn shame. My heart bleeds for their family. I hope he goes to jail for a very long time. Yeah, right. He's out on bond. He's disgusting. He should be ashamed of himself. Taking advantage of these families. We have some sick individuals in this country. This is heartbreaking. I ran a human cremation office. I treated everyone like they were my family, to the family. I'm so sorry this happened to you. And I'm not trying to be anything, but honey, and it's sad to say, y'all. It's sad to say, but anytime I get with somebody, I look at their reviews, okay? And I don't want to assume. I'd be like, oh, this a nigga? Oh, hell no. Ain't that bad? I'd be like, oh, this a nigga? Oh, no. Okay, is there any other groups that's doing this? Because I know when it comes to these niggas, it's a whole bunch of stuff. And more black men need to speak out about this because they are messing up they're messing up the community reputation. How can I trust my own people when we constantly have our own people doing stuff like this and we not shutting it down and we not doing nothing to stop people like this? Other words, we're high-fiving them. They talking about, oh, he's so smart. He's a marketing genius. It's almost if the more evil you do, the more you're going to get a pat on your back. Just like y'all with Blueface. How many times y'all said with Blueface, oh, he's a marketing genius. And no wonder why most of the kids, they want to be on Demon Time because you pat it on the back. You don't stump and you don't say that is foul. I don't care how much money he got. I don't care. That was horrible. That was despicable. That was ungodly. No, and you don't get no compliment. Y'all steady complimenting this evil stuff. And you wonder why. Man, I'm too through. And I'm tired of yelling. I need y'all to come up here and talk too. I'm sorry this happened to all the families. My son was murdered and I had to do his hair and oversee everything myself. I could not imagine this happening to him. I couldn't imagine either. I could not imagine. I could not imagine it happened to my mama. Do you understand? That's only one time you get. That's the one time you get, the last time you get with your loved ones before you bury them. And if they buried them because they don't know who they're burying. How dare you take that time? How dare you take that moment, that precious moment away from people? Okay, what's going on? Hey, Afro Joe, I'm so glad you came up in here. Afro Joe?
Yeah. Hey, Sister Gigi. I popped in and heard you was talking about this, and it came to mind about some stuff where I'm from. We had the same issues with something like this where I'm from. And
talk about it.
It was a few years ago, several years ago, where it was all over the news about these funeral homes where when they prepped the body, like, okay, one incident where one funeral home prepped the body for the funeral. The family came up and they put the hand on the body and they heard this crumbling noise. The family found out the funeral home put paper in the body. Took all the organs out and put paper, newspaper, in the body. So the family sued the funeral home. Another funeral home down here, they had a funeral for a baby. Baby was a few months old, passed away. They buried the baby on the lot with no headstone, unmarked. And it was so bad across this state I'm in. They investigated every funeral home, had to go to the colleges that does teaches people how to embalm and stuff, college for funeral home, to get them the help to cremate, redo the bodies, prep the bodies across this country. It hurt the good funeral homes so badly that anytime they had to prep or get a body ready, they had to be watched. They had to be checked. They got to be looked at. And it strikes again that this stuff continues. And I agree with you, sister, because people love people like this guy. And it's just like that Childish Gambino when he did that video, This Is America. Everybody's focused on him dancing, but not paying attention to what's going on around him. People, y'all got to stop paying attention to the dancing fool and look what's going on around them. Y'all got to check, double check, triple check, all that. Check them draws. Because you don't know what these people do. And plus, y'all don't realize. Oh, go ahead.
Now with this guy Majors, because I want to get, and I thank you for giving us those stories, but I definitely want to stick to him. Do you guys, I'm asking you too, Joe, do you guys think that he was taking those organs and selling them? They ain't talk much about the organs. Press 1 if you think he was doing something crazy with them organs, or press 4 if it wasn't that bad. What do you think, Joe? Joe?
I think he is. I think he is. I think he is doing something with the organs because Black people's organs are a good price. And people don't understand how much a Black person's organs go for on the black market. Our organs are worth money. A heart, a liver, a kidney, a set of lungs. Dude, I learned that from Dick Gregory. So everybody, like every Black person's lungs is worth money. Yeah. And people don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't understand
And the
how
fact
much
that it took them,
our organs go for.
Yeah, and the fact that it took them 8 months to catch him. 8 months. Do you know what you can do in 8 months? Do you know I'm pretty sure whoever is ahead of him, because he could best, usually I feel like this. He is like the salesman, and it's somebody that's bigger and better than him that is the mastermind behind it all. You understand? And they probably knew it was a day that they're going to have to prepare for this. And I think every good criminal knows that it's a day that they will get caught. What are they going to do? They know the laws, they know how to do it, and they had the money to bail them out. My people are saying the bail for him was 10,000 and the bail for the lady was 5,000, and they're out now. They are out now. So if it is somebody that's big, that's got the thing, it probably, let's get the vulnerable people that don't know no better. So that's what he went for. He went for the vulnerable people that didn't know no better. He gave them deals. And Black people like stuff for free. Oh, you can hook them up and you don't got to go nowhere. They come to you, they cater to you. Honey, when I hear about them deals, I mean, it sound good, but and it's bad. But I be having negative thoughts about my own people, and it's bad. I be like, these niggas too lazy to give me all this hookup. And and a lot of people, a lot of my people, Black people, they overcharge. So overcharging, see, if they not overcharging and they're giving me too many goddamn coupons, they got it on sale, I'm looking at them funny. And you gonna do all this work, I'm looking at you funny. But a lot of people, they get hoodwinked with it. So that's what he was doing. And Joe done fell off. I'm sorry, Joe. I hope I ain't say nothing that was offensive. Joe done hung up, girl. But so people like free stuff. He's a Black man. They like to see their own people, and to think that their own person, their own Black person would do them like that, do them dirty like that. And he had no care for the bodies. And I'm sure if it is a person above it, they took them bodies, they got them organs from their bodies, and then they didn't care. They didn't care what they do with the bodies. They had no integrity. They were so messy. They could have took the organs, but still make it seem like everything is fine, nothing is touched. But they were so messy and careless because they didn't care about these people. They were just trying to take over. And I know the victim said that he was a smart scammer and he know how to talk. But honey, from the looks of it, child, and I'm not trying to judge, but the looks of it. And she said, yeah, he wore a suit. I'm like, his big ass in that goddamn suit. Okay, and I don't got nothing against big people. Shit, I'm half big myself. But you know what? Maybe he just know how to talk. They say he have the gift for gab. Okay, girl. Okay, Joe, I'm glad you back. I thought you fell off. I was like, did I say something bad?
No, no. But I'm gonna say if he's got a gift for gab, he could have gabbed them rich folks out of money instead of the poor folks. Come on now, like
but just like you
this is
said,
bad.
you
Where
said the black
this man
organs
is stealing
are
people's
worth.
organs.
You said the black organs are worth more, so
It's
that's what his
more
target
money.
audience was. And you know the white
Yeah,
people gonna deal
and it
with white
is. It's
people.
like if people don't know.
Okay, Joe, how many white people, your opinion, you know, is gonna take this man right here? I don't know. I don't know Majors, but I know he's not that articulate. I know he's just like one of those boy girls that can just, hey girl, you know what I'm saying? He's not articulate. I can sense it. I can tell it. He don't look how he dresses. He don't even dress like he's a top tier, nothing. Them Caucasian people, they not about to deal with him, but they know his own people gonna deal with him. He know how to hoot a fool.
Yeah, see, in a black community, we definitely got to pay attention to what's going on. See, like look what this guy did. He was taking his people's organs out of the bodies and selling them to rich white people. And we sit back and we don't say nothing. It's like, well, and this happens every day.
Well,
Why
people
do we
did not
scam our own
know.
people? We talk about
That's a good question. People did not know. And Britney, you say you're a victim. Britney, I'm so sorry that he did this to you. My heart go with you. And it's a few people in the comment section, you guys, that have said they are victims. I've seen another person said they have more information, but they are afraid to speak because of the retaliation that him and his crew has. And they say there are more of them. So you know they're watching this live. Okay, but that should not make you afraid because you guys have to speak out. And Brittany, I would love for you to come up here and tell me, how do you feel about everything? How do you feel about him getting bonded out? Bonded out. Brittany said, ain't no retaliation. Somebody was just scared for, I don't know why they were scared, but they were afraid. But I know, Brittany, you're not afraid. Joe, what are your thoughts when he got bonded out?
why would, like, for one, if I was a judge in this case, he would not get no fucking bond. Sorry, but he wouldn't get a bond. I wouldn't give him a bond to save his life. Like, you stole people's organ, you stand in there till your court date, and your partner in there till your court date. Because I wouldn't let these people have a bond because you stealing people's organs because you want money. If you that damn greedy for money, get another job.
Joe,
work 5 jobs, but to steal people's organs.
Joe, we might have went overreached. Okay, we might have overreached, and I apologize for that. They said black organs are not worth anything dead. He probably had a sickness for something I can't pronounce. Okay, so they said no, it's not the organs because these individuals were dead. Okay, so for a person that can stomach death and the smell, because remind you, they said he had bodies all in his garage, all in his houses. What type of person can smell that and stomach that and be around that? I'm scared. I'm not scared, but I'm scared. If it was a dead body in my house, I'm leaving my house. Okay, I'm not about to stay in there with that dead body. I know the dead probably ain't gonna do nothing, but I don't know. I'm afraid of what I don't know, and I don't know much about dead bodies. Okay. Okay, hold on, Joe. We have Brittany. She one of the victims. I would love to let her speak. How you doing, Brittany? And I just want to say I'm so sorry that you have to go through this. Nobody should have to go through this.
Thank you. Hey y'all. Okay, so I don't know. Are y'all from Houston?
No, but I know I seen you on the video. I seen you.
Yeah. Okay. So So my dad just passed, and I just had his funeral. So a lot of different stories, a lot of different cases. My case was not as bad as other cases. He scammed us in reference to the church and to the venue. So he told us he was going to find the church for us, and he was going to find the venue. It was going to be fully decorated. The day before, we was trying to get in contact with him because the pastor of the church was saying that they think he's a scam, but he had already told us that he was a part of the board members with them and everything. Like, so we thought he was legit. When I say this man is a good talker, that's what I mean. And his dad was a finesser. So y'all gotta understand, everybody. Like, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't that, but when you lose somebody and you're vulnerable, you're not mentally in that state of mind. Like, okay, this is a scam. You're just trying to get through it because you're grieving. And on his page, it's private now, but on his page, he had funerals. So you wouldn't have thought, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have thought that this man was scamming. The day of the funeral, he said he was going to meet my auntie at the church at 9 a.m. He did not show up. So my auntie had to pay. Mind you, we had already paid him. He sent me $225. I paid him $1,400. He sent me $225, and he was like, I'm gonna meet you to give you the rest of the money. Never gave it to me. So, okay, day of the funeral, stay with me. Day of the funeral, no answer. After he said he was coming, he disappeared. I called the venue lady. I Googled her. I called her. I said, hey, we're having our event there. She said, I'm still waiting on the money. I said, wait, what you mean? She said, he has not paid us in full. We have a huge family. We have over 150 people coming to a repast. And you're telling me that he haven't paid you? So she like, yeah, she said, but I feel bad. Like, I said, well, he said you was his business partner. She said, I never heard of this man. I don't know him. This guy has been doing this. People have contacted me and stated that he gave them the wrong ashes to their family. The way they know that it was the wrong ashes is because the morgue contacted her 4 months later and said, are you the loved one of such and such? She said, yes. They said, your loved one is still here. She had ashes in her house for 4 months.
Wow.
Thinking that was her loved one ashes. And so somebody asked, how did you find him? Y'all, this is what he do. He sees that somebody passed. He goes in the comments, or he'll go into your inbox, and then he's going to inbox you, and he's going to talk to you. He's going to ask you questions. This is what he do with everybody. With a lot of cases, he says, oh, that was my friend. That was my friend. What? Nobody knows him. Nobody knew him. So he's lying, making it seem like he's friends with the dead, but he really don't know him. I know it's sensitive, but was he already dead before they were referred to him? What you mean? I'm sorry. I don't understand the question.
She want to know, was your relative dead before they were referred to him?
Yes. So my dad died. My dad died 1/4/2024. We had his funeral 1/20/2024. And I think honestly, it was a few red flags. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you, but because number one, he's a fast talker. You can't trust him. But when you go on his page, it's private now. It looks like he has a legit business, and he's saying don't mention Family Care Mortuary, but on that invoice it says Family Care Mortuary that he gave me. Please understand that. So how are you telling us not to mention this mortuary? But you give me a second, because one thing I'm gonna have is some receipts. Okay, hold on.
Yes. How did you feel when you found out that he was released on bond?
I mean, I kind of knew he was gonna be on bond because he has a lot of different cases, but he only has one federal case, they said, or something. And he went to court today. They rescheduled his court for 2 weeks. So
I was mad when I heard that. I tell you that. I was so mad.
Yeah, but I know the justice system. I have a degree in criminal justice, so I know they can't hold him. And in Harris County, the jails are overpopulated. So, and it's really say, hold on, y'all. I'm coming up with my receipts. So this is, It's gonna be backwards. I don't know how y'all can see it. Hold on. I hope y'all can see it. So you see Family Care Mortuary, and then it has my name. So how is Family Care Mortuary not responsible if you're invoicing? Everybody needs to be responsible. Every single person.
So what are they saying? Are they saying that, we don't want to be responsible? We are unattached from him? What are they saying about that?
They're saying that he's been let go, but I think it's I think it's honestly family connected, because they're still vouching for him. They're still saying, oh, he wouldn't do such and such, he wouldn't do such and such. He signed somebody's life insurance policy. Not one person, but multiple. For sure, I have receipts from other people. He signed this. So the thing is, he didn't know that this was going to go big. So Marie went viral on TikTok. I went viral on Instagram because I'm from Houston, born and raised. I know a lot of people. And I told him, if you are trying to scam me, it's going to be a war. You cannot scam me. I know way too many people. So when I posted my post, which is almost at 60,000, that's when he started freaking out. News people started contacting me. Like, you can't scam somebody when they grieving. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's sick. It's sick. So many people, and this is not the only scam he does. Please. He does party bus scams too. All those receipts. I have all those receipts because a lot of people are scared to come out. But like I said on my Instagram, because we was just on live, enough is enough with the talking. I just need justice to be served for these families, because my story is nothing compared to a lot of these other people.
Good for you.
Thank you. Anybody else have any questions? Y'all can ask anything. How did we feel? What made us go with this kind of person? We don't know. You're vulnerable. Have you lost your parent? Have you lost your brother? Have you lost your son? You're vulnerable. You really just going with the flow. If the wind telling you go left, you're gonna go left. If the wind telling you go right, you go right.
Joe, are you there?
I got a question. Yeah, I got a question. So, yeah, I'm here. I got a question. What was the red flags that caught your attention about him doing y'all wrong? What made y'all know that he was doing y'all wrong? What was the red flags in that?
Hold on, because I'm gonna have a receipt. You give me 1 second. Cash App stopped it. Cash App said,
Oh, do your thing.
Cash App said, do not send funds to this person. That was number one. But I'm like, nah, Cash App be tripping, and I'm a business owner. So I'm like, okay, I know Cash App be tripping. Then I tried to send it through Apple Pay. My bank stopped it. I had to call my bank to send the money, and then they let it through. But why? Another red flag was, why did we have to do it through Apple Pay? Why? Or Cash App? This person right here, she not innocent either. She said she does quick weaves, all funeral arrangements, natural styles, wig installs. What? It's a whole lot. It's not just one person. It's not just him. The person he got arrested with, I can say, I don't know anything about her. I did not do business with her at all.
Hello? Brittany, I can't hear you. Brittany? Okay, Brittany? Brittany, can you hear me? I don't think Brittany can hear me at all. Brittany? Okay. Hello, Brittany? Brittany, are you there? Brittany? Let's say Brittany, we can't hear her. Tell Brittany we can't hear her, please. Brittany?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys hear me, right? Okay. Tell Brittany, I hope she's reading the comment section. Let me hear who we do. Brittany, we can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. The audio went off. I don't know if that's Major trying to do one of his scams to block Britney from speaking. Nope. I text her.
Yeah. To me, I feel bad for Britney because she had to go through this. I really do. Like, this man targeted vulnerable people that's grieving over the loss of a loved one. Like, I lost both my people. I lost my mother, father, and my stepdad. Yeah, and it hurts. But to scam people out of money like it, that's dirty. And this girl has been scammed out of money, and she was hurting at the time. And for this man and that his partner to do that to lots of people at a worst possible time, it's uncalled for. There's a place in hell for people like him. There's a place in hell for people like him.
But he doesn't feel like he did anything wrong. He wants to go back into society. He don't want to face the music, and he's going to try to get out of it. Britney just said that his family and his people were like, oh, no, he wouldn't do no stuff like that. Y'all got nah. They were trying to justify it. So they all involved in it. Ain't that horrible?
It is. And it's like you can't you can't play that card. He can't play that card. I ain't do nothing wrong. Yes, you did, because all that evidence is stacking up against you, man. It's like you did what you did. All these victims saying that you took from them. Yeah. You took from them.
It's no integrity. And then, we are lacking integrity.
Yeah, and what makes it bad is that since you got federal involved, that's FBI. There's no walking away from that. And I agree with Miss Britney about the justice system. Yeah, they like to drag their feet. Yeah, they do drag their feet. But sometimes they come and works out for everybody in some point in time.
She also said, but yeah, if you send me the pictures, I'll post them up. But she also said that I guess the jail's house and the prisons are full. These prisoners, these criminals know that the jailhouse is full. They know I had no idea. She said she knew they were going to get out. I didn't know because I don't know everything. You know, I'm figuring you did something wrong. You're going to do the time, especially when they catch it. I would never think they're going to catch you and then release you. I am so naive and I'm so ignorant when it comes to this. I am, because I have no idea. Britney, okay, I can
that's bad because.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I'm so
she's
glad.
Back. Amen. Hallelujah.
I think somebody. Well, it's no telling, but somebody could have reported me anything.
Yeah, I said something is going on, but I'm glad that you came back nonetheless. Could you continue on where you left off? I know you posted a video, a picture, but before that, we didn't hear what you said.
Oh, okay. What was I saying? In reference to he said, how did I know that I was scammed? Right?
Yes.
What was the red flags? So some of the red flags was Cash App stopped it. So Cash App stopped me from sending the money. They blocked it. And so then I was like, okay, well, and people saying, well, why would you do Cash App? Y'all, I have a business and some people don't have PayPal. Some people don't have Zelle. Some people don't have certain invoice payments. So he was like, you pay by Cash App. I said, Cash App or Apple Pay. We said, well, do you have Zelle? He said, no. So my sister was like, well, that's strange, but okay, whatever. So Cash App blocked it. I tried to send it through Apple Pay through my bank. My bank stopped it. That's another red flag. I know it's a red flag. My bank, literally, I had to call them. And I was like, can you run it through? This is for my dad's funeral. And that's when they ran it through. But when I say this man answered up to that Friday, every single call, every single text message, any questions I had, he was answering it. So you wouldn't have thought, and that's why my sister was like, we wouldn't even thought he was a scam because he was literally answering every call, every question.
How much money did you guys lose?
So he refunded me. Okay, so he refunded me $225, and like I said, my case is nothing compared to these other people. We paid him $1,400, one $1,000 Apple Pay, and one $400 Apple Pay. Okay, people wondering why he sent you $225, because when the pastor started speculating that it was a scam, I contacted him. I was like, hey, my family is not comfortable, so we need to meet up so you can give me the money so I can go pay the church. You gonna pay the venue because you're the business, because this is your business partner. That's fine, but we need to pay for the church to make sure the church is open. He never fell through. He only sent that $225. So on that next day, we had to pay for the church, which was $600. And the venue. So the day of, he only had paid the venue $100. I think she charged. Hold on, I'm gonna go to my invoice. I think she charged him $800. He said it came with decorations and everything. The decorations, he asked for my dad's picture for the decorations. I'm gonna show y'all the decorations that was supposed to be held. Everything, nothing. We got nothing but a blank room. That's what we got, a blank room. And the only reason why she opened the doors for us was because she felt sorry for us. Because she still wasn't fully paid. He still owes her to this day. So he went on an interview yesterday with someone, and he was saying
he's doing interviews.
He's doing interviews, yes.
Wow, he really?
Yes.
What is he saying with the interviews?
It's on YouTube, Cap Season. He's doing interviews, and if you look, so the person he did an interview with, y'all can follow me on Instagram because all this is posted.
Yeah, tell them where they can follow you at. Go ahead.
So I put it in under my name. So it's Lalu Empire. All of this is posted. Even the guy he interviewed with said this dude literally took over the interview. He said, I knew something was janky because he wouldn't even let me talk. And if you all watch the interview, y'all will see he changed up the text messages. He never spoke about me because he said that I have a case pending with him. I have no case with him. I have no case. The only thing is I reported to the Federal Funeral Home Commission. But you're lying. You just know who to play with. Or maybe no, because I don't know. I don't know why he didn't speak about me, honestly. So this is the decorations that he promised me. Hold on. I'm new to this. Give me a second. Okay, I don't know how to do this. But I'm trying to show you all. This is the decorations that he said he was going to do for us. Hold on. Give me 1 second. And this is the text message. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get the text messages. Why is that going? Okay. Here we go. Right here. And it was going to be a picture of my dad. The camera is stupid. So this is it. And it was supposed to be a picture of my dad. My dad's nickname was Red Man. It was supposed to be his name. My dad's favorite color was red. So everything was supposed to be decorated in red. We walked into a blank room.
Wow. That's heartbreaking. He didn't even put it forth an effort.
No. For the church, he was steady saying that he was on his way to meet us to make things right. Never came. Never came.
Do you guys know where he stayed at? Did he have a location where you can know where he is?
So when we posted, apparently I posted his mom's house, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. She asked, like, hey, that's my house. So I don't know if he stays with her or he stays in assisted living with somebody else, but apparently he don't have like nothing. But I don't understand how he don't have nothing if he's scamming all these people for all this money. Because he's signing people life insurance policies.
And on the interview, was he just trying to say everybody's lying on him?
If you want, I could play the interview, or y'all could just go to y'all can go to my.
You can play a little bits and pieces.
Okay, hold on. Let me go.
I can't understand that. So all those people, all those men and women, they just lying on poor
Correct.
him.
And he had the person who was interviewing him. He had them waiting for 4 hours, so they thought he wasn't gonna show up. He came with another person though. Hold on.
Do you think it's more people behind him?
It's way more. It's way more
That's
people
working with him. Okay, so it's a game.
Yeah. Okay. Here. Hold on. Listen. Hold on. Okay. Tell me when to stop it, because I'll just let it play until you tell me to stop it. Hold on.
Cap Season Podcast, the largest podcast, man, checking in. Hey, look, we got a very special guest, man. Look, man been going viral for all the craziest things, man. Hey, look, y'all know him from the funeral home scandal, but we know him from Lil Hootie, man. Hey, what's going on, man? Welcome to Cap Season, bro. So, hey, you been having a lot on your plate this year, man. You been having a lot on your plate, you know what I'm saying? Like, people been coming out the woodwork saying, hey, he scammed my family, he did this, he did that. But hey, you pulled up to Cap Season with some receipts on them. So, but before the receipts, we're gonna take it back to him, you know what I'm saying? Tell us where you from, how you grew up, and then how you get started with this funeral home business.
I'm from Houston, Texas, man. I grew up Homestead, Lakewood, you know. I started off this 4 years ago, man. Me and at Bill Clapp Family Mortuary. You know, he taught me everything I know.
Right.
You know, but man, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been celebrity, NFL football player, you know, under licensed funeral home.
Oh no, he did NFL football players.
Right.
We need to get the names of the celebrities and the NFL football players.
That's what he
If
said.
you big time like that.
But listen, what I was told was that's because they pay him in cash, and they high listed people, so he do it differently. But listen, hold on.
Every funeral got a funeral director, I got a licensed embalmer, licensed funeral home, you know. So, man, I came a long way. Me and my team, you know, everything has been 100 on our end, though. But we got to get to these allegations.
Yeah. So.
Okay, hold on, Rick.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a fake voice he's putting in? Is this how he sounded when he talked to you guys, or did he put on a voice?
He put on a voice until we felt he was a scam, and then he changed it. And
okay,
I got
how he's talking now.
Huh?
I'm like, how he's talking now. He's talking. Okay, it's different. Okay.
Yeah, because I have some footage on that too. Like, he changed. He most definitely changed his voice once we tried to figure out if he was a scam.
Got it.
Okay, so and so for the people in the comments, he did a lot of violations on this. It's a lot of cases that's pending that are murdered cases, and he mentioned them people names, and he mentioned them family members. You can't do that. That's like active cases. Can't do that.
You take that video, you record that video.
They posted it on the news.
Okay, but the interview that he's doing, because
he posted the interview on the news as a clip.
I would have it for you just in case too, just in case. I have it for my back pocket.
Yes, ma'am. Hold on. Okay, listen, y'all.
Coming to play. We better get right to the allegations. So we gonna start off with one of your family members. Uncle Pumpkin. Let's start off with Uncle Pumpkin. Uncle Pumpkin said that you forged the signature and took some of the money that they had.
Hey.
But y'all, look, he came with receipts. So Uncle Pumpkin, you went on the news and you said, you know what I'm saying?
Can I see his face?
He did that.
Huh?
Can I see his face a little bit? All I see is the shades.
Yeah.
I just want to see his expression. No, you had it right. Just lift it up a little bit.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
When you look at the receipts, let me just go down to what he said. Like, he said, my bad, nephew. I overreacted. I am in my feelings. You can keep it up. But I do wish you would have informed me so that I would not have been caught off guard. I love you, all support of the service. Thanks, Unc. So Unc seemed like he was cap.
Cap! Hey, that's cap, brother. But I can't even touch that.
Yeah, you don't.
Next.
Look how he doing. So hold on, y'all. He was doing this the whole interview.
Is this a comedy show? Is this a comedy show?
So he was doing this whole interview, right? Listen, he was doing this whole interview. He changed some messages. I wish Marie was on here. He changed some messages, and he was deleting some messages, and he was editing some messages. Your uncle was just on the news. So if it's cap, why would your uncle go on there and say this stuff?
Yeah. You got to verify those text messages because did you hear about the girl? She lied and said this man gave her the high five and it was fake text messages that she created herself and she put them out here. They are doing fake text messages and this is what scammers are doing because they know it's all out here. A lot of scammers, y'all got to be careful. They are doing fake text messages and people are falling for it.
Okay. You want me to play some more?
Sure.
Yes, I heard about the fake text messages. But I'll say this: what leads me to question is about him is what leads me to question about this is that he's doing an interview about doing this on social media or platforms in general. And I say, why would you do that to yourself? Not you, young lady, but he's going out there, like you bragging about it in places. And that's not right. That's not fair to people he did wrong.
Yeah.
It's not right that this dude sitting up there bragging about it on social media or any interview out there. This dude's really messed up in the head.
Yeah, hold on.
He's really, he local cabeza.
Yeah, hold
like
on.
He's jacked out.
That's Uncle Pumpkin.
Yeah.
That's my blood. I can give him a kidney. He need one.
Right.
But I can't touch that right now. I gotta go to court, man. I gotta talk to the judge on that.
So the next one we got Miss Pamela.
Oh yeah.
Miss Pamela Booth.
Yeah.
So Miss Pamela, she hit the text and said.
Why is he doing that?
You see, so that's the thing we was saying. Like, this not funny. Like, we lost our loved ones. Ain't nothing funny about this. Y'all making this like a joke.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't no joke.
Funny.
Yeah, this ain't no joke.
I want the judge to see this. The judge needs to see this.
Okay, hold on.
Crazy though, like it's crazy because it's like y'all they went on the news and they really was like, you know what I'm saying?
On the news, my whole, everything, man, on the news, but go ahead, man.
So Pamela said, you can't cash out me 500 of it today or 400 and pay the rest when you can. You like, do you mean can I? She said, yes, can you send it today? He asked for her cash out or Apple Pay. She said, cash out, please. He told her to send her cash out.
Go to it, brother.
Look, he told her
He controlling the interview.
$1,000 was sent. So it was two payments.
Hold on, y'all. Pay attention. Stick with me. Hold on. Because the person who he's saying $1,000 was sent, she's saying that it wasn't sent. So hold on.
I don't believe nothing he say. I don't got to see that interview no more because everything come out of his mouth is a scam and is a lie. He's not to be trusted. Everything that he's going to bring up is going to be a scam and a lie. We have multiple people, multiple families told us the reputation of this man, that he is a fraud, that he will send you a picture of something else, pretend like it is his. He is a deceiver. He is a con man, and he's not to be trusted. Ain't nothing else to talk about.
So he's telling me, so he's saying, okay, all of these people lying. Out of all these, you telling me everybody lying?
He's a con man. What do you expect? Of course he's going to say that. He's a liar. What do you expect? You cannot expect truth from him. You cannot expect him to have integrity. He never had integrity. Integrity does not live there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's another victim. It's Pamela on here, and I think Marie on here. This is the one who he was just saying he refunded her the money.
Well,
Like,
Marie, you can feel free to come up here, Marie, and speak your truth. It'd be appreciated. Joe, you have something to say? Because I hear you.
I'm just glad you spoke out. No, I was say this. I'm glad you spoke out about this, and I'm glad I came to your show, GD, because I didn't know this was going on until I came in here tonight. Because people don't like. I'm gonna say this. People don't talk about stories like this nowhere. You hear it in one state, and that's it, like other state, but you don't hear it everywhere because nobody talks about it. It's not. Nobody knows about it. It takes people like Miss Gigi and myself to find stories like this to bring it to the people. And for you, Miss Brittany, to come out and speak about what happened to you, that takes a lot of courage and guts.
Somebody literally just
we
posted on my
definitely
page.
needs to wake up and watch what we're doing. We not paying attention to what's in the road. Everybody's so busy about stepping on toes and feelings that we not paying attention to what's going on. We so blinded by something that we not paying attention to what's happening.
Right. And not only is
For the
that,
last several days, I didn't know this story was going on because the last several days on YouTube, everybody's talking about what happened over there in Britain between the piano man and the CCP people.
Okay, Joe,
I
hold
didn't
on.
know this was going on till tonight.
Well, I'm glad you know, Joe. But Brittany, what
when
do
you
you
hear
say?
stuff like this ought to come to people's mind and out of.
Yeah.
So,
Brittany,
so somebody just said on my Instagram, I spoke to the detective today and filed on him for using my business website. So he's portraying to be other funeral homes as well. So he's using their funeral home numbers, he's using their funeral home names, and he's using their funeral home websites. He have none. And so a lot of funeral homes are at him because he's using their information to portray for burials.
Got it. So we have Marie. Marie, I just want to say thank you for coming up here. You have the floor.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said thank you for coming up here, and thank you, Brittany, for calling her up here. You have the floor.
Hey, I'm about to talk, y'all. I'm sorry. I was getting something. I didn't know you was adding me that fast.
I'm sorry.
But no, you're fine. You're fine. So I am the person who documentation that they forged for the $20,000. My little brother was actually murdered. And he was referred to us through somebody. We did not go looking for him. Like he say, people come looking for him. We never went look for him. He wait until somebody dies. He come in your comments. Oh, let me do your funeral. I'll give you a good deal. So he found us or whatever. Long story short, he told us that the funeral would be $14,000. We like, okay, cool. He said, I'm gonna give y'all a free horse carriage. I'm gonna include the doves. I'm like, okay. He like, just bring me the clothes. I'm gonna send a driver to come, pick it up. I'm like, let me know Friday when it's time to come do my little brother hair. He never called me to do his hair. We get to the funeral. This is where everything just started taking a turn for the worse. So my little brother was dirty in the casket. All his face looked like it was covered in dirt, like somebody just put him in the ground and digged him back up. And his hair was not done, yet he charged us $300 for that. On top of that, my little brother did not have a haircut. On top of that, 2 months after the funeral, this man gave us a pink paper, which I have the paper right now. He give us this paper. Well, no, he hides it inside of this booklet. Like it's like the guest book that you sign when you go to a funeral. He hid it inside of that and gave it to my mom. My mom didn't know it was in there, but when she found it, she looked at it like, what is this? So she gave it to my dad. And I was like, this say $20,000, but that's not my dad's signature on that at all. So that's how the whole forgery thing got started. On top of that, he also filled out a crimes victim form to go ahead and get an extra $6,500 on top of my brother's debt, saying that we could not afford the funeral. So he got the check deposited into the funeral home's name instead of it going to the family. So that's how all of that got started. I asked him maybe like a month or two ago. He was acting like he was going to meet with us at a bank. He was going to give us the money back, everything like that. He never met up with us. So that's when I made the TikTok video. It went viral. He messaged me, "Oh, you want to take it to social media?" I'm like, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I gave you time to make it right. You still haven't gave us a DVD. You still haven't gave us our money back. You still haven't gave us the picture that you were supposed to give us. You didn't give us anything back. So what else did you want me to do? And that's how I'm like, you knew your intentions was never good. And everything that he said was free, he charged us for the horse carriage. You charged us $1,500. Well, that's what you put on this paper because you're not even a funeral director. But he put all type of stuff on this paper to max out the policy to $20,000 and then fraudulently sign a signature. So that's how all of that happened. Now we come to find out by the FBI that my brother casket needs to be digged up out of the ground because they don't even know if his body is inside of the casket because people's bodies have been coming up missing after he does their funeral. So now we got to go disturb my little 16-year-old brother who's supposed to be resting to see if his body is in his casket. It's a whole lot that this man has done, and he don't understand. Like, we grieving in anger now because it's like the killer's still on the loose. It's like you murdered him twice. The person that killed him, my brother got found in the woods dead. Then on top of that, we trying to just have a nice funeral for him, not thinking we about to get scammed. Who thinks of something like this?
Yeah. I'm so sorry you have to go through all this.
No, he's just a horrible person. Then he gets
He
on the
is.
on the interview. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You have it.
Okay, so he gets on this interview. Now he shows text messages between me and him portraying that I said something look oh so something about I said something was perfect. However, he cuts out the messages while I'm telling him the tribute is in the obituary twice. You need to take one of them out because my dad once is in that twice. Also, you have my nickname in there. You need to put my real name. He said, okay, let me fix it now. He said, I'm going to send you it once it's completed. He sends me another picture of the obituary. I say, okay, perfect. He gets on this interview like I told him something else was perfect. Because he cutting out the actual messages that's being said to try to make himself look good. You know that was never our conversation. We only talked about the obituary. Of course I'm going to talk to you about the obituary. You're doing my little brother's funeral. So you're trying to make it seem like we having a conversation like we is agreeing with him, telling him, "Oh yeah, everything was nice. Thank you so much." No, that was never the conversation. I have all of the original messages.
So looking back, Maria, when you first met him and had conversations with him, like we asked Brittany, was there any signs now that you look back that to say, you know what, he was an evil person? I should have, took that moment when I felt a certain way and ran with it.
No, he didn't give me no type of feeling. He didn't. I don't know if it's because maybe we was just numb. Like I said, everybody was just in a whole nother space in the headspace. So it's just like my aunt had just passed away. So we already had dealt with a funeral prior to this one. So it's like I'm already over it mentally. But at the same time, he portrayed himself as to be so nice. He was just like, I got y'all. Y'all don't have to worry about nothing. You know how somebody make you feel comfortable and safe with them and then just betray you? That's what he did. Like he just was like so like, I got y'all. I promise you, I'm so sorry this happened. Man, he even helped, like, even with the balloon release, like, this man was active in so much to the point that you wouldn't have never thought that this man was a scammer. No, he portrayed to be very kind-hearted to us. Then my dad is an elderly person. My dad is 75 years old. He's the person that had the policy on my little brother. So all conversations was going through my dad, but he thought that, like, oh, he don't got nobody. He got me. So that's how I got involved with Forrest. Like, okay, no, he doing too much now. When he left that table, the first red flag I can say is he did not give us an invoice. When he sat at the table at the house, he just wrote everything down and just told us how much everything was gonna be. Then he told us, I'm gonna send y'all the original, I'm gonna give y'all the original invoice for y'all to sign once everything is completed. He never sent us that. We received that paper that they forged the signature on for $20,000 2 months later. That was it. So we never got really anything. We still don't have a headstone. We paid for a headstone. My brother still don't have a headstone. And he been in the ground since September 23rd.
Mm.
So we don't have anything that this man promised us. The doves he said was free. On the paper, it said he charged $500 for 3 doves.
Mm.
So everything that he said that he was gonna do in the carriage, the horse in the carriage only walked the block for 3 seconds, and that was it. Then they transported the casket into the back of a car. So we didn't no. Everything he said was a lie.
Yeah. And watching that interview that he did, it just seems like he just takes everything as a joke. I
He
almost felt
do.
like I was watching a comedy show.
Yeah, he do. But when he messaged me, he told me, I can't believe that you turned your back on me and all I did was try to help you all. You didn't try to help us. On that interview, he think that that's funny, but they have people like Britney said. It's so many people. It's over 60 people, and I'm not even exaggerating. From my TikTok to my Instagram to I have a huge following on TikTok, so it's so many people that saying like it's a girl who had a 6-month-old baby that passed away, and he was supposed to do that funeral. He charged those people. They did not have a funeral. And they didn't have anything that he promised them. Just like the lady that's wearing them ashes around her neck, she don't even know if that's her son because another lady thinking she got her boyfriend ashes, but the morgue called her on the phone and asked her, "What do you want us to do with your boyfriend body?" She said, "I have my boyfriend body right here." They said, "No, that's not his. That's not him. He's right here in the morgue." So who ashes you gave her?
Mm.
So it's a lot that he do, and it's receipts behind this. This is not just hearsay. This is actual proof that these people have. You still haven't gave somebody in Atlanta, which is his cousin, their ashes for their aunt. So he just be lying a lot about a lot of stuff. He's just a very wicked person, but he's working under an old lady named Diana who allow him to do that. They're all in it together. She knows what he's doing. He's not licensed to do anything, but he's working under her.
Mm, mm, mm. And they said he have bodies in his garage and house.
Yes, he do. He do. Because
How
like I
can he
told you,
stomach that? All that smell. How could he stomach that?
he's a horrible person. He have a black heart. He don't have a heart. He is the devil himself. Anybody that's like that, they don't have God in them. They is the devil, and you will reap what you sow. Trust me, those bodies are not in the morgue. My brother was so warm, like he had a fever, like he been out. Like I say, his body was dirty. It was not embalmed. He didn't get embalmed at all. Nothing was done to his body at all. Nothing. And he didn't look like, you're not gonna look like yourself. But at the same time, my brother is not black. He is light brown. Why was he looking like that? It looked like you just had him somewhere until the funeral. That's why he did not let me come do his hair, because you did not want us to know what a body was.
Mm.
Now it all makes sense now that's why you didn't let me do his hair. Because you didn't want us to know what he was. Anytime somebody asks him, can they see their loved one? He said, oh, I'll call you on FaceTime, and only showing these people foreheads and all of this. He don't let you see what a body's at until it's time for the funeral. Then you go to a church. And these churches that he's picking, he just finding them like somewhere. He be like, what area you want to have a funeral in? What kind of funeral home does that? I thought you make the recommendations. Like we have this church that, we do funerals at, unless you have your own church where you want to have a service. He looks over Houston and see where's the church at and be like, well, we can do it here. Those sprinters that he be having, he rent those out from people. The headstone that he showed us, the guy that actually make the headstones reached out to me and told me he had been stealing those pictures off that man's page, acting like that's him that make the headstones.
Scammer. Yeah.
Yes, that's what he does. He did that, and the man actually gonna do the headstone for us now. Now we have the right person to do it, but those were the man photos that he showed us. That was never his work.
Mm. Someone says that he took advantage of the old lady he was working for.
No, she's in with him. Like he started this back in Louisiana. He has been doing this since 2021. He ain't just start this. The lady that at first he was under a funeral home called, I think it was Greenleaf. Now he's under Family Care Mortuary. That lady Diana knows what he's doing. She the one put the pendants on our shirts at the funeral. She was in with him. She knows what this boy doing. Now, when you call that funeral home, she say, "Oh, I don't know who that is." That's how I found out his name wasn't Major. He goes around saying his name is Major. So when we called the funeral home, she's like, "Oh, I don't know Major. No Major work here." So I told him, I said, "Well, the funeral home don't know you." He said, "Yeah, because they don't know me by Major. They know me by my name." Then he told me his name was Jamal, which that's his middle name. That's still not your name.
So
So he
what
just
is
be
his
lying.
name when he
His
got
name is
locked up?
Javion. His name is Javion Jamal Major.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's his name. But he pulls out certain parts of his name that he want to disclose and act like he's somebody else.
Does he have a record? A
He
prior
sure
record?
do. As long as Texas. He sure
What
do.
it
He
what
got
is?
he got he got drug cases. He got another. How the investigation got started. Far as the funeral scam, he did a funeral for a city council person. That's how the FBI got involved. Let's start there. I pulled up his indictment paper because I am the investigator at this point too. So it started back in 2023 of April. They've been investigating him for a long time. Prior to that, it was him. The girl that's on the news clip with him, she was the first person to be in the ring with him when they was doing it in Louisiana. He's supposed to have been and did a funeral for somebody, charged them. Well, he asked them to send a picture of the policy. The man didn't want to send it. He didn't feel comfortable. But Major told him, "Well, if you don't send me a picture of the policy, I won't be able to do the funeral." So the man gave in and sent him the policy. He maxed the policy out. Also, after the funeral, told them that he needed $1,200 to transport the body to Houston. They paid him $1,200, and still to this day, that body never made it to Houston. And that's in the legal documentation. That's not nothing somebody made up. Those people still looking for their own body.
Wow. Why
So
be
yeah,
so irresponsible? Why don't you just do the work and make the money?
right. And
Something
when
else is up. Something else is behind this.
yes, and
There's
even when
something
he
else
gets
that
the
y'all haven't
policies,
discovered.
yeah, and even when he get the policies, the detective told me this personally. He told me this. He said how he's cashing out on the policies is he go through this third party people that cashes out policies before the insurance people pay out, and they charge him a percentage of the policy to cash that for him. So he's getting the money way before he even do the funerals. That's why he's going ghost on people, because he already done got paid. Once you give him the policy, you might as well find you somebody else.
Do you know what he's doing with this money?
Oh, he playing with dead people money on Instagram, flexing like he got it. You know, he got a record label. He got a crawfish
What?
place he said he opened. Oh yes, baby. He said he's an entrepreneur. Yeah. Uh-huh. He got all kind of businesses. And he told me I'm messing up his life because he's supposed to have his own day in Houston. You was never having your day in Houston. I don't know who told him this. I think he's sick. But he have multiple businesses. He sure do. But he was in jail for a little while. He got out of jail, and he's back doing whatever he's doing. His record go back. He's only 26 years old. He just made 26.
So you feel like do you feel that he learned all this from that older lady? Who is teaching him this?
I think somebody else taught him this, and he brought it to her because it started way before he met this lady. Like he said on his interview, he only been with this lady for 4 years, right? But he been doing this way in Louisiana as well. Before he got with Family Care Mortuary, he was doing this with another funeral home, and also a funeral home reached out to me that's actually in Houston and said that he told someone that he was under them. And when the people came there to have the funeral, because he hadn't scammed these people, and told them that he worked for that funeral home, but he didn't work for that funeral home at all. So he does that too. Yeah, he does a lot. He gets around, and he's a good liar. Like he will smooth talk you. He got a nice calm voice when he's talking. Like on that interview, he just sound real, ghetto. But when he's talking to you about
Yeah,
getting
he
your
don't.
money,
Oh, he sound different then, because I'm like, this interview. What? This can't be the same man.
oh yeah, in person, baby, he'll talk you out your socks, out whatever, because he's just that calm and he just be
Uh-huh.
reassuring you that he got you and you gonna be taken care of because he know people is grieving. Ain't nobody in there right said, that was my only little brother. That was my mom
I'm
only
so
son.
sorry you have to do that, and I mean, I can't. Words can't not describe because that's that moment that you had, and it's been ruined by him, and nobody can give you that back.
Right.
But yeah, I was when I saw that interview she showed me. Are you still there, Brittany? When I saw that interview, I really thought it was that comedy guy. He be on Instagram and he got these shorts on, and he's always getting behind a woman with them glasses, and he's that size. He's always screaming and hollering. I thought that was him for a second. How he was, woo, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, he's horrible.
Yeah,
That's
I was like, "Are you a scam?" He most definitely told me, "No, I have my own day in Houston." I never validated it. I never looked it up because I don't know. Don't know.
I
But he
mean, we
most
not
definitely
thinking about looking nothing up.
right. We trying to, bury our loved one. Like, so yeah, that's the story, guys.
So how do you guys feel now, Maria and Brittany? How are you guys feeling?
Oh, I feel like justice ain't get served. He's out while we up there on the news pouring our heart out.
Right.
He's walking around free, and I just feel
Smiling.
like after all this, that man should not be out of jail.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He should not be out of jail. That bond should have been. And the thing about it is, the bond that he have, the court paid that bond. Like he got a PR bond, so that's not. He didn't have to pay, and it was only $10,000, which means you had to pay 1,000. But the court paid that, so he out on bond through the court. He's not on out on bond for some money he had to pay. So I
Wow.
feel like they should have enhanced that bond, made it a little bit more, because no, he didn't he doing interviews like it's a joke, it's a game.
Like it's all fun and games.
So why? So he's not paying for this at all. Like he just really got away scot free.
No,
Yeah,
he
he
has the
just
open
free.
case.
Yeah, he have an open case, but he reporting like to the courts and stuff. Like he got to submit drug tests and all of that type of stuff while he's out on bond. He go back to court February the 12th. He went today and they reset him. And yeah, why he talking about my legal team? You have a court appointed lawyer. You do not have a lawyer that you paying for. The state appointed you one. Because he said, like he told us he's a licensed funeral director, right? But he told them he
He's
only
a
drives
driver.
for the funeral home.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's just a confusing situation. I mean, it's really no words left to say about that man because my mom is still hurting to this day. Every time she talk about it, y'all seen it on the news, tears in her eyes. She break down every time. She got anxiety from this. She not okay. And I just feel like with him taking advantage of people at their most lowest moments in their life, he is sick for that. It's no justifying that.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would think all those people he scammed, they would have held him longer. But I'm so ignorant when it comes to the laws. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
So it's a lot of people he scammed, but it's a lot of people that's not coming forward.
Right.
So that's the thing.
And I feel like even if y'all don't want to do it publicly, y'all can do it privately. Just contact the number that they're telling y'all to contact just to give y'all a story. Y'all don't have to go nowhere. You call them private if you want to. But I just feel like the more people that he's gonna get off the streets. But
Yeah.
as for me, behind my little brother, anytime they need me, I'm gonna be there because justice just needs to be served. It's deeper than money. You are scamming people.
Yeah.
Yeah, why isn't those 5 families behind that cop officer? Why isn't that enough?
That's
Why
us,
isn't
but
one person enough?
it's
Why isn't
not.
one
Right.
person enough?
We don't know. But the judge most definitely said on the news, the news people stated that the judge said that they have way more, they have way enough information to not dismiss it. The case is going to go on.
Yeah.
So we don't know. We don't know. And this is only the people that's come in front. Imagine the other people it's so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's been going on. You guys, they said 8 months, so they got him arrested. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They've been investigating for 8 months.
Then how did you guys feel during those 8 months and he's not been arrested yet? Did you guys feel
This
hopeless or
Wait,
what?
no, we didn't know. This just happened to us. So this
Right. So
just
this
happened to me
happened
a
to
week
me.
ago.
Yeah. And this happened to
Oh,
me in
Karen.
September.
Okay, well, go with you first with you, Brittany, and then you, Maria. I'm thinking this happened to y'all 8 months ago.
No,
So,
this just happened to me 2 weeks ago.
so your father just
My
passed?
dad passed 1/4/2024.
Wow, this year.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
this
Oh
just
my
happened.
God.
Yeah,
Oh
and he did.
my God.
And he
Mhm.
did my brother's funeral September the 23rd of 2023.
Wow.
So this is all new for us, but it's other people that he did it too. But this is new. And somebody said they thought he was done with it. They said, "Wow, he back to his scamming ways." Like we thought he was done scamming.
Hmm. And Pamela, if you want to come up here and speak, that'd be great. Pamela said that I believe her family member body was warm too, and she said
Mm-hmm.
this been going on since 2022.
Yeah, it has. Well, it's long. Well, when I pulled up the records, it was in 2021, the end of 2021 too. But he did a funeral for her too. He brought my brother obituary to her house to present it as like promo. Oh, I can do your son funeral just like this. I can do this and I can do that. But why is you still walking around with my brother obituary?
Mm. So people are saying, do you think the police want to see where he go and who he's going to call so they can try to connect the dots?
Mm-hmm.
They
I
already have the dots. The dots already
yeah.
connected. They know everything. The police knows every single thing. Even if you go to Family Care Mortuary, Google, you can see all the terrible reviews. You can see people. We have videos of people contacting them. Videos of people going to the actual mortuary. They have all the information.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But and
Honestly,
then the thing is, that funeral home is based in Bay City. Why are y'all so y'all mean to tell me y'all coming y'all traveling bodies from Bay City to Houston? No, you're not doing that. Because when he had somebody body, it was at a church at in Houston. So where are you putting these bodies when you're getting these people loved ones? Where are you putting them? Because you're not driving nobody to Bay City. Because basically in the interview you were saying like, oh well, when the boy asked him, well, what are you doing with the bodies? Oh, I can't touch that topic because I got to go to court in the morning. He didn't answer no questions on the interview. You know, in the interview you get asked the questions. Not you don't ask the questions. You get asked the questions.
Have you tried to I know you guys probably haven't. The lady that got locked up, the 38-year-old, Maria, do you know who she is? Have you guys
When she
contact her?
when she got out of jail, and I didn't know who she was. I found out who she was the day that we ended up on the news, and they told us they had her in custody. I never heard of her. Now she makes it, but she gets besides herself and come messages me on Instagram
me
and
too.
tell me I need to take her off my page because I had reposted the news clip, and I'm like, who are you?
Yep.
And she was like, yeah, somebody told me that you posted me. You need to take that down because for one, I never did business with Major, and you got trying to make me look bad. Add a case. I ain't do your mother effing funeral. Major did this, but once I caught on to who she was, I said, okay, so let me add harassment to your charge now because now you bothering me. I don't even know who you is. I don't even know what you got going on.
Yeah, she on the news. So did she tell the news to take her face down too?
That's what I want to know because her news clip is old. Her news clip was from 3 weeks ago. They just didn't want to put it on the news because they hadn't caught him yet. Now,
Yep.
when they caught him, then they added hers. But she been had got arrested.
Yeah. And she did the same thing. She told me that, but she was like they was in business together, and he scammed her like over thousands of dollars. Her people even came and was saying that, and I was like, I don't know her. Like I don't have nothing to do. I don't know her. I never even mentioned her name. I don't know her. She ain't the problem. But he most definitely got a whole nother crew that he's doing it with.
No, he's doing it with her too because she did somebody taxes that actually showed me the paperwork where she fraud them out of $10,000 too. Told them she was gonna do their tax. So she was in the scamming business of taxes. Then she went into the funeral business with him, and they both started scamming. So she in with him too.
Yeah, these scammers are leaking together.
Mhm. Mhm. It's just a crazy situation. It's a sick situation. There's some stuff I never seen in my life where you just really scam deceased people. And also, once people do pass away, he do stuff with their social security number. You know, even for the old people at that assisted living building he be in. I heard he takes their social security number and he do stuff with that. He got checks for them old people. He do a whole lot of stuff. He don't have just one scam. This man do a lot of scams. Like he don't stop. It's like he money hungry, but you don't have nothing to show for it. Nothing. Besides showing it on Instagram. That's all you do. And spread it all out, sack of money all everywhere, playing with dead people money and whoever else money that he scammed.
I wonder the other people that he's working for. I'm curious to see who are they?
Wait, he have somebody that he worked for. It was located on Cullen, and I think it was a funeral home. They're in the feds. They're in jail.
Say that again.
So he had another funeral home he worked for, and they're currently in the feds.
Why are they in the feds?
Because of funeral fraudulent or something. It's something dealing with the funeral homes.
The same thing he doing. But see, the board had got so many complaints on him. That's how the Texas Rangers and the detective got involved. They kept on getting complaints about him.
So we have Paula here. Thank you so much, Paula, for coming up here. Pamela, I'm sorry. Pamela.
Yes,
For
ma'am.
coming up here. We would love for you to speak on it.
Yes, ma'am. I got involved with Mr. Major about 5 months ago. My son was got found deceased about 5 months ago. He reached me out on Instagram begging me for me to get my son. My son was at Signature Finger Home, and they embalmed him and everything. Mr. Major coached me to remove my son from this funeral home. He picked him up on the 18th. So on FaceTime, I met Miss Brown on FaceTime. We did the contract and all that stuff like this. So once we did the contract, he signed. She went away, and then he came back with a bigger amount. Her amount was like maybe $6,400. He came back with $18,000 amount. So after we got the amount together and everything like this, came close to the funeral. He said, "Don't worry about it. My mama take care of you. You fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." So we get 3 days to the funeral. Oh, I need all the money up front. But mind you, my son passed. We did not have the full amount of insurance. We paid out of pocket. So we were pressured to put this money in. So on the 30th of my son's funeral, we begged Major to see him. We had to see him on FaceTime. Once we seen him on FaceTime, he cut his phone off. We didn't know what he was going to do. He showed up at the funeral home. He told the church to be there at 7. Then he showed up. My son's weight was at 10. He showed up at 11:30 with my son's body. Ran inside, dumped him in the church, came back outside, ran his fat butt back in the truck, came back at 12:30 while the funeral was going on, and with obituaries. Threw the pictures to the side on the floor. And then after that, the pastor didn't show up. He came with another pastor. The musician didn't show up. And then after we did all that, we ended up going to the cemetery. The police didn't get none of the family members to the cemetery. He lied about the carriage. He said he's going to give us a carriage. He lied about that as well. So I met Miss Brown after I buried my son. I went in and talked to Miss Brown. She acknowledged that was a problem. and she acknowledged to give me a refund for $2,800. That's what she said. She didn't have any money, but she was gonna give me a refund. Once she did that, when she said she was gonna give me the refund, she wanted to do it in payment plan. I say no, we're not doing it in payment plan. If you're gonna do that, you might as well give me a full refund. She wanted to make payment arrangement. I filed a report with Miss Norma, Miss Norma Rodriguez Funeral Home Commission. Today I filed a report with Miss Norma. I haven't talked to Major in like 3.5 months. He called me with another young lady that I'm working with. I don't want
You keep going out.
telling her some dreams that he was been telling her, hey, I'm gonna take care of you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about nothing. I got you. So he called me on the 4th of December, promised me that he's gonna pay me full refund plus the headstone. So when he did that, I recorded everything that he ever says to me. Everything. So when he found out that the feds were looking for him, he called me and said, hey, I'm gonna pay you your money. I said, the feds looking for you, why you calling me? Oh, I didn't walk through, don't worry about nothing. So a month later, when I started working with Chris to bust him, a month later, he came in and said, well, I paid you $1,000. You owe me that. That's a refund that you didn't do my son weight with. You owe me that. So how do you give me $1,000? You owe me that.
Right.
So you owe me that money. When Ms. Brown agreed to pay me the whole $2,800 and she didn't do it after 30 days, then I came back and wait 3 months later for you to give me any kind of money. After this point, why you feel like $1,000 is gonna be good and you didn't get my son there on time? You took my 1 month away from him. Why would you think that? I was at court this morning with him in the DA this morning to get a gag from that video that he made yesterday. I was in court this morning trying to get a gag. We couldn't get a gag because he told his lawyer that I was harassing him. I haven't talked to that man. So they didn't do the gas. They didn't do the gas. So now he can't come close to me. He can't do anything like that to me. But I was trying to get a gag so he can shut his mouth up because that's not fair. You know how hard that was for me to hear that again? Like you jabbing me, and then someone said earlier that I'm supposed to be getting money for him, a hush money. This man didn't mean my family damage. This man, I don't have 3 people trying to find their loved one. So it hurts me for anybody to understand that I'm going through the same thing that other people going through. And then when Chris is the FBI, when Chris told me to tell everybody it's a press release. We've been working with Chris for almost 2 months now, trying to catch him. He never would show up. We tried to catch him. He never would show up. So lay down. He never would show up. So this man is a scam artist. He been scamming people for 2 years. He had his own funeral home in 2021 called Major Funeral Home. Then he went from Major Funeral Home to him and Miss Broussard. So he been doing it forever. Why nobody came up and did something to this man until now? Why? Instead of us coming together trying to get him to stop him from doing another thing, he had a funeral last Friday, but he didn't make it because he got busted. He got busted. That's why he didn't
That
make
was
it.
the lady funeral.
He got busted. He didn't make it. So for we need to come together and figure out some kind of way, because he told me he gonna forever do funerals. We need to come out some kind of way to figure out where he can never do another funeral again. Miss Brown gonna get her. They gonna do. It's enough complaints in for them to shut her down. Now they're all trying to put charges on her, but they don't have no charges to stick. That's the problem. They don't have any charges to stick to her. But she got enough violations to shut her down. I didn't get no death certificate. My son had flowers. They sent all the flowers back to the center. It's sad. So how can we come together and make sure this man don't do another funeral? This been going on for 4 years. This lady, she's still waiting on her son's body, which he had it on the 31st. Today is the 29th. This lady ain't seen her son's body since. He told he gonna get it cremated, and it ain't got cremated yet. 2 people that I know that's going through this right now looking for the body in Greensville, something like that. It's sad. So how can we come together and make sure that this man don't do this again to nobody?
Yeah, keep on speaking out. because I would hate for anybody to go with what you guys have went through. You know, this is traumatizing. You will never forget this. This is a scar on your soul for the rest of your life.
Forever. And people think these a joke. When I seen that man, that laughing and changing my name around and putting the cash app, you don't know what receipt I have, and I'm not gonna come out in the blue and talk to nobody unless they have some sense with it. I'm not gonna talk to anybody that has some food that's with the foolishness. I am not gonna do that. It's another young lady. He had her ashes. He put her ashes in a Ziploc bag. She got to go get those ashes tested.
Yeah.
I'm getting upset because I hate when people don't understand this man is dangerous. We can't keep playing with him. I didn't see nobody at court this morning trying to make sure the judge understand this man. I took the video to the DA, and the news people was right there. That's how they got the video. I was up there this morning talking to the DA. No, I'm not having this. Y'all got to do something. This been going on for 4 years. I keep telling everybody, let's get together. Get all the victims come in. Every time he go to court, be there. Be there. Because I'm going to be there every time he go to court. He go back in 2 weeks. They tried to get him again. They're going to have more charges coming in. But everybody got to step up. Why ain't nobody step up in 4 years? This is old charges that the state got him on. This happened in 2023. This is old charges.
Well, I feel like for some people, they may have not stepped up because they didn't know how. So, like for me, I didn't know how. Once I went on my platform, a lot of people started giving me information like reach out to the state board of the funeral directors, reach out to the BBB, reach out to this person. So that's what helped me. So a lot of people may not know.
That's why I was telling people all the time, and I don't mean no harm with this. I own a business. I know how to go with protocol. Connect together. If you don't know this, and you give it to somebody else, and you push the other person to do it. That's all you can do. But you just can't understand that this man been doing this for 4 years and nobody knew about it. Nobody. This lady told me that the funeral home people knew about it, but nobody came out and said nothing about it. He used her name twice to go pull a body out at the examiner office. Twice. So you ain't tell me nobody knew about it? All you got to do is somebody do you wrong in the store. Who you gonna go talk to? The manager, right? It's protocol. This should have been handled a long time ago. The DA, he's willing to talk to anybody that have anything to say to make sure this man, because he ain't got no real charges. That's just forgery. It's not real. It ain't gonna stick. So how do we make it stick? Well, this man is on that show laughing at us. Laughing at us.
Yes, he is.
Laughing at us. So how do we all come together to make sure that this man don't do this no more in Houston, Texas? Or anyway, Louisiana. Anyway, I talked to his mom. His mom is just like, I can't believe this is happening.
Wow, you
she
talked
could
to his
believe it.
mom?
I talked to his mom. His mom just can't believe.
How did you guys talk? How did that come about?
I'm a God-fearing woman. I don't have no fear to talk to nobody about anything. I'm a mother. So I reached out to her and I asked her, do you know what your son is over here doing before he went on news? See, we was going to go on news a month ago. Before all this, he must got out. Chris had already planned it out once they're going to catch him. Another young lady was going to set him up, but he didn't come. He didn't come to the Starbucks, so we couldn't get him. We've been trying to get him for like a month now. So I called the mom and I said, hey, do you know what your son is doing? Because it's going to be real crucial for you and your family. So I'm aware. I want you to know from the horse's mouth what happened. Because the lies, I'm so sick and tired of the lies. The lies don't make sense. This was wrong with our black community. We don't stick together. But if it was a white person, everybody be together if it was a white person.
Yeah.
That's the problem. We need to stick together. We don't need to be falling apart at this point because that man is sitting over there laughing at us. He's
so
laughing.
what did your mom say? What did your mom say?
She couldn't believe it. Before I talked to the mom, I verified with some more friends that she was legit. And she does not know anything that's going on with Major other than what happened with the cousin. They don't even talk. So Major is so slick when you talk to him. Oh, he's gonna make you feel so good about yourself. And remember, when he came to me, I found my son deceased. I'm in my feelings. I'm trying to just bury my son. I just want to get my son buried. So he made me feel so good that I don't have to worry about nothing.
That's what he do.
He comfortable. He's comfortable of scheming people. He don't give. That man ain't got no heart. That man. When I seen him in court this morning, he was so shocked when he seen me. He couldn't believe me. I was in court. He looked like what? He thought he saw the ghost when he seen me this morning. He couldn't believe it. But how do we come together and make sure this man don't do this to nobody else? Because he's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. Someone told me that he hiding the bodies off of Cullen OST. That's where he's supposed to be hiding the bodies at. When my son was so warm, I don't know where he had my son at. I asked Miss Brown, where did y'all have my son at? Show me proof that you had my son at that funeral home. She couldn't tell me nothing. I got Miss Brown on everything. She can't say nothing. I got all kinds of receipts on her, recording and everything. She can't say nothing. That's why Miss Rodriguez, Miss Norma, put in a arrest warrant for Major to be arrested when she got with Chris. Because I never let gas off for them. I'm calling them 24/7 every day. He can't do that to people. I don't care if it's my son, whoever. You can't do that.
Right.
We gotta stand up for that. That's what's wrong with us. We gotta stand up for what's right for everybody, not for one person. Everybody. It's not fair. It's another young lady I've been working with. You wouldn't even believe who this lady is, how he did her wrong, but I can't put her name out there yet. She gonna come out. You wouldn't believe how he did her wrong, and with her mother and her sister.
Wow.
So it's deep. I got him on court.
Do he have a father?
Do he have? His dad is deceased. His dad. See, this is the problem. He thinks that he's his dad because his dad was a scammer. His dad's name is Big Booty, so he's a scammer. So he think he's his daddy. He told me he knew my son. He ain't never met my son a day in his life. Never. Because I know him. Don't worry about it, Mama. I got you covered. If somebody come to you and say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you this amount of money," and you trying to bury your child, what you gonna do? And you all emotional, tired out trying to get your child buried. You gonna do what you gotta do to bury your child or your loved one.
Yep.
So this was a safe network for me to come on with you guys. I felt safe. I don't want to be somewhere I don't feel safe when I'm trying to get my word out. Not only for me, for other people that can't come out and speak.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
yeah. Because this is deep. It's deep. You just imagine how deep it is. It's deep. But only thing they can charge him with is forgery. He's smart. He know Miss Brown got the license. You can't touch him because how can you prove that he did all that? You got to think like a criminal. You can't think like a human being. So he knows this. He knows that they can't touch him. Because he don't have Family Care Mortuary. He had Greenleaf. He had Oasa. He had another company too that he had. And none of these businesses he had was in his name. So how did he get Hershey's? How did he get out of the splitter van? I called one dude. I say, this splitter van matches your driver's license in one of his videos. He said, sometimes Major be stealing our videos.
Yep.
This how deep this is. So what can we do since I'm on y'all platform to get the word out to make sure this man is noticed everywhere? Because I'm tired of him sitting here laughing and grinning thinking it's a joke. And it's not.
So you guys in the comment section, if you have some advice, what can these ladies do to get the word out so they can get justice? So we can all get justice.
For everybody.
If we allow this type of criminal to go on, you will be next.
Right.
If it's not in this form, it will be in a crime in another form. And they will continue to grow.
And it's so many of them. It's so many of them that's scheming. You have another young lady. She'd be on the phone calling people act like she's a jester. You have another person.
Oh,
he
that's
like
the one that called me.
He act like he's a crony and like he got license. And none of them got license. None of them. If you go on an official website, you don't see none of these people on Family Care Mortuary website. But if you go on Instagram, YouTube, you see all these people on there. So why you don't see him on the main page? Because when he got with Diana, he was buying the company for Diana, so Diana pushed to the side because the money was coming in. We had a meeting with her after. Why would you let him do that? Oh, don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of Mr. Major. Did she do that? No. I got that on recording. What she said she was going to do and she didn't do it. That's how deep it is. And I'm just sick and tired of people not letting this boy get away with this stuff. Ain't nothing we can do because ain't nothing you can tie him into. That
Why
he
can't
stole a
you
body.
tie him? Why can't you tie him? What is the
Because the
issue?
way the funeral home work, we have to think like a criminal. We can't think like us.
Can we think like a criminal real quick so we can know and learn?
So what? Hold on, my grandbabies. Hey, go lay down. Go lay down. So what happened is with the funeral home, Diana has the license, right? Okay.
That's the older lady.
Yes, Diana Brown owns the funeral home. She has the license. She only show up when a funeral is coming because the law said that only the funeral home director can either pick up the body or has to be at the facility when the funeral is going on. That's the only time you're gonna see her. How can you prove that Major was say that he's the funeral home director by word of mouth unless you got it on recording? How can you prove that?
Yeah.
How can you prove that? If that's the case, if they would have proved that, like for me, I'm a witness to the state because he mishandled my son's body. So I'm a witness for the state to say that he did this. I got him on video saying that he's a funeral home director. I got all that on tape. Other people might not have that. It's hearsay. So you have to prove.
But no, because on the video he just did with Cap Season, he said he's a licensed funeral director
But
and
that
he's a
was
licensed
before.
mortician. So we can submit that too.
But yeah, and I gave that to the DA this morning. I went specifically to get it to the DA, and I went specifically to get it to the news crew because I want him to have a gag order. I don't want him to keep running. Do you know how I feel when you heard that video and he's talking about you like that? I can't even
he was
breathe.
talking about me too.
I said you and me and everybody else.
Yeah.
I can't even grieve for my son dealing with this. I have not grieved at all in 5 months dealing with this mess with him because he think he's a showboat, but I'm that girl for him.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's not fair. So what can we do come as a community to make sure this do? Because I'm getting on my platform tomorrow with councilmen and everybody else to make sure this is publicly known.
As you should, because you guys are fighting for the rights of your dead, your rest in peace.
For me, it's everybody. Not for my son. It's for everybody. Because this got this other lady out here that been waiting 32 days to get her son back and he being cremated. It's for everybody. It's not for me. It's for everybody. I don't care who it is. If you got messed up by, it's another little girl. She ain't never got her baby ashes back. So who do we stand up for? Because they don't want to speak. We supposed to let that pass? That's not fair. So I move in silence. I'm not gonna put so they say why I don't get out and speak. If your platform is good, I'm gonna speak because I'm an intelligent, God-fearing woman. I ain't got time for the other little stuff. I want to get down to the nitty bitty. I want to make sure Mr. Major understands you're wrong. You're wrong. And I want everybody to get on one platform so we can get this man taken care of. We've been working with the Fed for a whole month to try to catch Mr. Major. Unfortunately, when Miss Britney and Miss Marie came up with the TikTok with the hot thing, they just brought him out the woods. Everybody started snitching on him. But we've been working a whole month to try to catch this man. And Miss Norma from the funeral home director, she said, I can't take no more. I said, Miss Norma, I'm telling you right now, I'm coming out. You better make something work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she brought Chris in, and he got an arrest warrant, I think, on the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
So what can we do to make this work? Well, he'll know, oh, baby, we coming for you as a
I
part.
mean, I just feel like, for certain situations, they go viral for a moment and then once it all blow over, then nobody talks about it no more. But I'm going to be the one that continue to talk about it until
I mean,
something happens. So
we
I
all
just
want to
feel
talk
like with
about
no
it.
giving up.
We all want to talk about it. If you got a high platform and Brittany got a high platform and I have my resources, how you think it's gonna die? We come together as a team. It's not gonna die. If I get all these social platforms in here just like y'all the reason why people start coming out and talking really. We were trying to catch them, but we couldn't catch them.
Right.
So y'all are the one that came out and made everybody want to talk now. And come out the woods with this and this and this and that. I got a text last night telling me what the body was.
Wow.
But it's not confirmed. I gave it to the FBI for sure. It's not confirmed. but they told me where it was. You know what I'm saying? So how can we come together? Because me as a mother, me as a human being, that's not right.
You know it's not right.
Not right. We fought hard for we is what we are today. We gonna let a little black young dude come through here and do that?
Right.
Then the streets would have been want to take him out if the street had
Okay.
the street way. But nah, he needs to go out the way because the dude don't think it's a problem. The dude need help. So what can we do? That's why I came online with you guys, because y'all sound like y'all can do something. I'm not gonna get online with nobody like trying to figure out if you're not gonna do nothing. That's not what we here for.
Right.
I think that you guys are doing a great job with getting the story out and just keeping your foot on the gas and never letting up. Because it's starting to get more traction and more traction, and more people are
He's
starting.
gonna do some more funerals. I'm telling you, his connection is too strong. He's gonna do some more funerals because it's in
This
his.
is so, baby, this is so viral to the point where he said it has cut his business and people not dealing with him right now. But he said it's gonna all blow over soon. So he just wait. He just trying to wait for the wind to go down, but it's not gonna go down.
Right. Cause remember, he going away to his cops right now. Lay down. He going away to his cops and putting people by the way to his cops right now. Cause ain't nobody he's gonna take him. But why he going away to his cops? Because he got a game plan. He got a plan. You got to beat him at his own plan. The only way that you can beat him at his own plan, don't let it die down.
Well, what about this? Okay, I got an idea. Maybe I shouldn't say it on here. Okay, since he wants to do the funerals, right? He's going to do another funeral, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whoever's next in line, if you have that person record and have documents. Do you get what I'm saying? Just
Right.
like all of you guys were victims. If we were to contact you before you guys met up with him and you knowingly know that this is a setup by him and you can document it and you ask the right questions.
That's what we've been doing because he got all of us blocked, right? But he's so crazy. People that
But he's hungry. He's going to go
Yeah, he
out
hungry.
more.
He gonna get it.
That's what police officers do, right? They figure out the next victim and they talk to them or they set something up.
So that's how he doing the venue
You
thing.
can
That's how.
scam the scammer.
Yeah,
Can't you
that's
scam the scammer?
yeah, right. That's how he doing the venue thing. That's how he going in and tell people, hey, I'll get you a church, I'll get you that, because he can't touch nothing there. Or I'm gonna help you with your credit. One girl tell me that he helped her with a credit and scam her for $500.
Yeah.
So I don't want this to die down. I'm gonna do everything in my power that I could possibly do to let Mr. Major know we're not having that. We're not having it. And the DA is really, really a good guy. He's really trying to make sure that he gets sick. But it's gonna be years before Mr. Major go to court or Miss Broussard. Did they tell you what Miss Broussard did?
No, what you did?
What she did was she had assisted living. They were using these people credit card and using these people social security numbers and all this stuff like this. And for document, that's why they got her on forgery charges.
Yeah,
That's
so I did hear that too.
yeah, that's why they got her on forgery. And this case was last year. Why they didn't catch her before then? Why? Why? There's a lot of whys here. Because if they would have caught them before then, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
So somebody let the heat go. In that case that he had with his cousin, that's way in Louisiana. How did he get to Texas? So what can we do with resources to make sure we don't make sure if we gotta be outside with signs, that's what we gotta do.
He from Texas. That's how he got to Texas.
No,
Right.
the case is in Texas. I mean, it's in Louisiana. The charges are in Louisiana. Because Chris was the FBI, they picked it up and brought it here because of Miss Normal.
Right.
But why they didn't go back to Louisiana? Why they didn't put a hold on him, take his butt back to Louisiana? Because they got strict laws in Texas.
Now, if you look at some of his say he was an out of state fugitive.
Yeah, I know, and they called him and he did what they call that he made some kind of arrangement where he wouldn't do it again and he did it again. He's a criminal. That's how he got away with it. He slipped. Like he told that judge, oh, she keep calling me. She harassing me. That's what he told his lawyer to tell that judge. So he ain't learned his lesson. So what can we do?
Keep praying. Keep
I
praying.
gotta be careful when I say, because he already told that judge when she keep calling. I ain't call that man. I ain't talk to that man. When I did talk to that man, I'm gonna always have his ass on record. Excuse my French. I'm not gonna call that man no more. I ain't got no reason to call that man. Chris doing his job, stay at the funeral home doing their job. It's their time. It's our time to make sure that the words stay new. Because once he get old, he gonna go back to doing what he doing. Proof, facts. He did.
Well, I just want to say I think you ladies are brave, and I thank you for coming out to speak. I'm going to have to end the show soon. But before I go, I want to know, what advice do you have for others that might be about to go into your situation in the past? What advice do you have for the people? Starting with you first, Pamela.
I mean, the first thing I would do is have another family member by you as you get ready to make decisions, because you're in a vulnerable state. So it's best to have somebody else by you the way this new world is found, and let them help you make the best choices by looking this person up. That's my best advice.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to put you down right now. Maria, what is your advice to the people?
Just pay attention, do your own research, look the person up, make sure they're licensed. Even if you got to call the funeral board, just verify everything. Don't just go with it because it sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much, Maria. And where can people find you?
I'm on TikTok.
And what name do we look up?
Oh, that's Marie. OHDAS Marie. MARIE.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. And Miss Britney, I just want to say thank you. You the one that really kicked everything off. You were the first person that come up that inspired so many others. And I just want to say thank you so much. And what advice do you have for others?
I think when discernment tells you something may not be right, as vulnerable as you are, just pay attention. If Cash App is saying don't send this money, if your bank is trying to block it, then it's doing it for a reason. But when you're desperate, you're just trying to figure things out. But just pay attention to the signs. And then also look at people's social media. As a business owner, certain things you'll post, you certain things how you'll conduct yourself, right? So you have to pay attention. Yes, you're vulnerable, but you just gotta pay attention, basically.
Yeah. All right. Brittany, I want to say thank you so much. And I hope that we will get justice. I don't
Yes.
know how long it's going to take, but definitely something has to break through. It has to. It
Right.
has to. And more people that see this and hear your story, more people are going to be more outraged. Like,
Right.
how could America let this happen?
Right. And so I know a lot of people want to see the full interview. My Instagram is La Lu Empire. I have multiple pages because I have multiple businesses. I'll post the interview. I really didn't want to because I felt like it was for clickbaits, likes, and stuff like that, and views for YouTube. But I'll post it so everybody can see it, and just, you can see all my lives. I'll be deleting them soon because as a business owner, this is literally taking over my life. Like, so I'll delete some of my lives, but you can go on my page and you can pretty much see everything. Like the news is on channel 11 news, it's on channel 26 news, it's on channel 2, it's on all our news stations. If you want to see that, just send me a message and I'll post it, or I'll
Well,
private.
let me go there now. Where am I going to? You said Fox 2 News?
Fox 26 or channel. If you have an Instagram, I could literally send you the press conference.
God. No, yeah, I seen that. I think where all of you guys were.
But they also
Okay, is this it?
they also did a news thing today, and I could send you that. Just DM me so I
Okay.
can see you.
Okay. Yeah, because I seen this one. I believe this was a while, like on the 26th. Okay. All right.
So that's how we knew that his court date was well, some people went to the court, but I didn't. So that's how I knew that it was rescheduled, because the news people said it. They posted his video and everything.
Awesome. Well, can you drop the link in the comment section as well? I think that will help a lot of people. They're asking, could you drop the link?
Yeah. Let me find it. Oh, I just hold on. Join the chat. I do join the chat, right? And connect.
I believe, yeah, I believe so. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Okay, boom. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to get the link for you. Give me 1 second.
All right. She's going to drop down the link. All right. So a lot of people are saying they shared it. Okay. All right. I don't know if I can hear her anymore. Okay. Are you still there, Brittany?
Yeah.
Okay. I can hear her, but then it went off. Brittany? All right. So the audio, I can't hear anymore. What did you guys enjoy this live? I think that, covering this story and covering stories like this is very important for our community, as you guys can see. So I just want to say thank you all. You guys know tomorrow I will be doing 3 lives. I will be doing 3 lives tomorrow. So I hope that you guys will all join me. I love you so much. And I will see you guys very soon. All right. DJ, where you at?